those little pills. With your cocaine jaw, stealing from the poor, peeking out the window of your motel door. 'Cause he's Tony Pizza, he stands about 5'4". We're tired of your bullshit and we won't take it no more. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. Everybody knows his name. Lying is his motto and bullshit is his game. Yes, he's Tony Pizza, a racist to the core. He's YouTube's biggest loser and we've heard it all before. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. Every show's the same. Lying is his motto and bullshit is his game. He's a mafia enforcer who runs away and hides. He's a liar and a grifter who has no love or prize. While he lies all day in bed, he dreams up fake mob stories while he begs the dog for head. Living life on handouts, isn't it a thrill? Watching other people pay your fucking bills. Cause he's Tony Pizza. He stands about 5'4". We're tired of your bullshit and we won't take it no more. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. Everybody knows his name. Lying is his motto and bullshit is his game. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. He's Tony Pizza, a racist to the core. He's YouTube's biggest loser and we've heard it all before. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. Yes, he's Tony Pizza. Every show's the same. Lying is his motto and bullshit is his game.
Fat Bald-Sicilian, FBS. I am very grateful for Fat Bald-Sicilian. I'll tell you why. FBS created more channels than Comcast. Okay? FBS endorsed a lot of channels. He created a lot of channels, and I bet he can't count how many channels that he has helped to get monetized, and I'm one of them.
You know, and then it's not like you have no violence on your record until you're 30, and then one night you just decide to go out and kill a cop. It doesn't happen like that.
Fabrizio was always a tough kid. He was a tough kid. He had a nice punch. If you hit you, he would knock you the fuck out.
I already had the position. I don't want to say boss, but that's what I was. I had the position. I was made directly with New York, and I didn't have to answer to nobody in my area.
I didn't watch the show, so I didn't really understand the magnitude or how big this moment was.
But you know what? When De Niro asked him to let the old lady stay, and she has to stay with the dog. Well, God, that's ever started, huh? You know that scene? And he was like, "Nuts."
Anytime I got to shoot at John's restaurant on East 12th Street, which was like a big mob hangout where like Joe the Boss Masseria would like hold court, and I got to work with Nadu, who played Joe the Boss. Those were some of my favorite scenes.
And the moment you walk in, I could recognize who's at the bar, who's sitting at the table, FBI. And this is the first time that I meet Sonny Franchese.
As a matter of fact, outside the Bada Bing, Satin Dolls, we put a curtain in the parking lot. Everyone was wondering, why is that big curtain in the parking lot? We were rehearsing the hanging scene.
I'm living proof, guys. I'm living proof. I mean, no, I'm no millionaire or nothing, but listen, look at my life 4 years ago. I was in a fucking hotel. I was selling crack. I was was snorting coke. I was drinking myself to fucking death. I was literally taking bags full of Ativan just because I wanted to die in my sleep. I was all alone, you know, and now I'm here. I have my family. I have a little bit of money in the bank. I got everything I want. And I got you guys in this channel. So if I can do it, any of you can do it. Yizzo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. We just got home from lunch. We were out, you know, with some family and stuff, eating lunch. So it was a good day. Good day. It's beautiful out. I'm ready to do a show. We got 64 people. It's going very slowly. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Dexter Morgan, I just saw it when you said it in the chat, like I just saw it. So I downloaded it. I have to move that over to let me see if I could do this. I'm gonna see if I could put that in my, if that's gonna fuck my show up. No, apparently not. All right. Wait, what do I do? Hold on, not that. Bear with me, guys. I gotta do something important. I don't know, it might be too big. Fuck. I don't know, Dexter. I don't know if I'll be able to do this right now. No, it says it downloaded, but I don't think it did. I can't find it. That sucks. Dexter Morgan has something new for me. Bear with me, guys. Give me a second. No. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't think I can get it up here. Anyway, I have to do it later. So, sorry about that, guys. Dexter Morgan sent me something good. I wanted to put it up for this show, but it'll have to be for tomorrow's show or if I come back on later tonight. Anyway, guys, good to see all of you. I guess I'll do some shout outs. I guess. And then we'll go on from there, you know. I heard something before this show I'm going to address, you know. Thanks, Robert B. Appreciate you, bro. I'll get to that in a second. Let me see. Dave, Sally, Albaz, Miss Can't Be Wrong, Shooting the Dice, Sam the Man, Cat, AIMRE, Stevie the Gypsy, Michael Hensley, we love you too. Baby A, Paul Atkinson, Isaac FDZ, Squad Up, Frankie Cicero, OC, what up, what up? Edward Everett, Maverick, David Lopez, Benny Diova. Did I shout out Butterfly Kisses? Not sure. Hello to you, though. Let me get down here. Let's see. I think I got everyone. I'm almost there. Hold on. Busy. What's up, bro? William Brooklyn. Fuck out of here. This guy for real? Is that him? Either way, you're out. Douchebag. You think you're going to come hang out here now, bro? Nah. Nick Romano show. Look at you. Affleck. Chris Parks. What's up, man? So before the show, somebody told me that, okay, cool, miss. Thank you very much. Somebody told me that Tony Peets is back on his bullshit, you know, and he's asking me to come get him or so. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. Listen, it's much funnier ignoring that motherfucker. Like Tony Pizza, you want me to talk about you, bro, because I haven't been for weeks. I don't talk about you. If I do, it's for a few minutes at a time. I haven't done a single show about you in weeks. I play that song every now and then because it's funny, but you're nothing, Tony. So there's no reason for me to talk about you anymore. You know, like I said, every now and then take a shot, play a song, play a clip, whatever. But it's not necessary. So Keep talking your shit, bro. Eventually, someday, we will run into each other and I will fucking destroy you. I promise you that. That's going to happen someday, no matter what. No matter what. Until then, keep talking to yourself, bro, and the 11 people in your chat. What do you mean he stopped his bull? I don't think so. Let me see this. Give me a second. I want to catch up on some comments. All right. Sometimes I'll see a comment and I want to know what that's in response to. So then I got to see who it's addressed to and then go find that person's comments. And it never seems to work. To sit down with Jeff Nadu. What the fuck is up? Did I already say that? I don't know. Mike Slick. Mike Slick is here now. Capello, I got you, right? Knox 5150, Antonino, Don Berlin. My man Don is here. Hey, Rob B, good to see you are here and doing better. God bless you, my friend, and stay strong, stay sober, and stay with your friends and your guitar too. Yeah. Sounds like good advice. D. Gainey, what up, pimp? All right, so listen, we could talk about whatever today, you know. I don't know. I don't know what specifically I want to talk about. I come on and do shows. Today I was busy, so I didn't really have time to listen to anything. I saw SoFlo was on. I listened to about 2 minutes of that when I was outside taking a smoke break. And I think that's it. So you guys tell me what's going on and we'll respond to it. I just don't want to. I don't want to talk about that fucking jerk off, you know, wherever he is, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. That guy wants to be me so bad it eats him alive. He wants to be anyone but himself. Look, Nick Romano with the Aflac. 100 in the chat, smash the like button. We'll probably get about 20 people will smash it. Same old shit, and this can't be wrong. Sounds about right. Right. Is Knox 5150. I don't know. I haven't checked. Let me see. Oh, yes, I did. Okay. I'll get back to you after the show, bro. I'm sorry. I haven't checked. I didn't know you sent me that. But I appreciate you reaching out that way. Help me out, guys. I got nothing today. Just dropped in between packing and mowing the back-breaking lawn. Good to see everyone. I still singing You're Happy. I don't know. I got to wait for him to finish that. I saw Keith, the FBI informant, doing a show on Jeff Nadu and a couple other content creators. What a douchebag hater. Who is that? Keith, the FBI informant. Who is that? Pizza making pray. Yeah, well, what else does he have to do? This chat is moving so fast. Is it? Junior's podcast? Is that still a thing or what? Who is Keith, the FBI agent? I'm curious. Yeah, of course. That guy's a fucking douchebag. Yeah. The sit down is wondering the same thing. He's that guy that reminds me of Ralph. You mean Cifaretto? I don't know. I don't know who you're referring to, Chris. Joey Frakes. It was Kevin Mahar or Kevin Marr. How do you pronounce that? pizza in bed all day looking for an apartment. Good, yeah. Good luck to you, Tony Pizza. I hope you get one and you fucking burn alive in it. David Lopez, now a former Colombo hitman, confront the truth serum guy because they wanted royalties from his show. Oh my God. A former Colombo hitman confronted the truth serum guy because they want royalties from his show. Yeah, he's got to make some before he can give any to anyone else. We could talk about that guy, though. I sent you a clip of him mad at Mr. Batters. Why am I missing all this stuff? I do go out of my way not to check my phone, though. When was that, Chris? Because there's a bunch. Oh. Is it this guy? It's not the bald guy, right? I don't know who it is, man. I have no idea, guys. I don't know. I never heard of a Keith, the FBI informant. But he's got it out for... Oh, here we go.
I want to talk about something that disturbs me, which are these trolls. And this guy right here, Mr. Batter. Check out these two.
Oh. Is this the guy? There was a guy that I think Jeff Canarsie sent my way that had been emailing me. This was a long time ago. Well, a year, I'd say at least. And he really wanted an interview. Like he kept emailing me, and I wasn't trying to be rude. I kept saying, I'll get back to you, but I didn't. You know, if it was this guy, and then I saw him. I guess this is the guy. I saw someone who I thought was him, and I think that's the name. FBS, I had a great Sunday gravy for dinner today. You motherfucker, you. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, no matter what you call it. AIMRE, me and Keith are tight. That's not good, because when you say you're tight with another guy, I know what that means. I never heard of him either, FBS. Okay, now this guy is, yeah, I've seen this guy, I think. Like I said, I think this is the dude. I saw somebody who I thought was him. Let's listen.
Comments that he made. You know, I just wish he was in front of me when he said that. But that's okay. And I'm all about our First Amendment. Like most people would take it down, but I'm going to leave it up.
Does he not know who Mr. Batters is by name?
I'm going to mention his phony name. We all know he couldn't possibly have a name like Batters. Batters, like what? The cake batter? I don't know.
The cake batter? What was he talking about? He's got some cake batter over there. He's calling himself Mr. Batters. Is that right? Fucking scumbag motherfucker.
So, this is why I'm gonna, before we get into the real story, this is what I'm gonna do.
This is what I'm gonna do. Oh, this is from a year ago? Oh, maybe not then. I don't know, man. Let me look. Let me see if I can find the guy that emailed me. I'm gonna look for this guy's name in my email. This guy was like kind of an FBI agent, but not really. Is that what I'm? No, I don't see it in here. But my memory filled up a long time ago. I don't know. My storage, whatever. Let me get down here. Hold on. Where did he go, that motherfucker? No, it's motherfucker. Oh, that guy. He said Joey Molino owned the steak shop, and I just mentioned it to him. He was ranting, and he flipped, and now doing videos on me. Never saw him until this week ever. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, he's been on here that long? A year. When was his channel created? 183 fucking videos. Kevin Moore was a career FBI informant for over 30 years and has solved many high-profile cases in New York metro area. Kevin's exploits were chronicled in 2 best-selling books and has been optioned several times from the top movie studios in the industry. Yeah, I think I think this is the guy. What is this? Hold on.
Question where you miss can't be wrong, you instigated. When have I said that has anybody have nude pictures of your wife? Where? Bring that to my attention. Please bring that to my attention. Miss can't be fucking wrong. Okay? I have no...
God, just the sound of his voice and him whining. I'll get back to that. Let me finish up with this. Yeah, if he keeps talking shit about you, Miss Camp, you're wrong. I will have no choice but to thrash him. I guess he made a video on me and NYC Crime Spot. Did he? Yeah, just ignore him. Who fuck him? Who cares? Let's see.
No desire to look at your wife's naked fucking pictures. All right? And if I did say that, I don't know what the context clue was.
Oh, this is the wonderful Alex Vela. What a hero.
At all. I have no idea.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna get a copyright claim for this shit. Oh yeah, there's a post. If anyone has naked pictures of Brenda, please send them to me. You know, there's only one other person, stand-up guy, I know of that does things like that, and then later on says he/she doesn't. You know? You're on that level now. That level of a habitual liar. Oh, wait. Okay, now I got more. Hold on.
There is a new state-regulated burial and cremation benefit that pays for funeral and final expenses of up to $35,000.
What is this?
This coverage has no.
What am I playing here? Hold on, guys.
No
What kind of
Hey, buddy, welcome back to the vlog. Today we're going to do a little video.
Yes, standing on business. That's what he does. He's attacked SoFlo's girl, my wife, Chicago Muscle's wife. He's a real piece of shit. But this is a different guy now. Let's listen to him.
Whole bunch of reasons.
Yes, this is the guy. Cop without a badge. This is the guy. That's the guy that was emailing me for an interview. Yes, sir.
About the Three Stooges, about YouTubers. We're going to be doing, this video is going to be about YouTubers that have content concerning the mafia.
My bad.
Concerning the mafia. I'm talking about a sit-down about mob. You don't know jack shit. In fact, this guy went on his YouTube channel, this so-called mob expert over here, said he was at some ball game or something, and he had a beef with somebody, and he got up out of the...
What is it about Jeff Nadu?
Out of the stadium or whatever. What do you call it when you sit down in front of the...
Okay. Yeah.
Audience. He was part of the. He gets out and goes to take a leak. He meets this guy and he slaps him in his face. And he tells the story. I came out and I came out, hey, what's going on? And boom, he slaps me. And then the story ends. He goes, yeah, I don't know why he slapped me. Well, why didn't you fight back, Mr. Mob Guy? Huh? Why didn't you fight back?
When has Jeff Nadu ever claimed to be a mob guy? But then again, I mean, look at this guy's shit. 16 hours ago, he has 393 views. And this video's been up for 16 hours. So, there's that.
We all know the reason, the answer to that. And he actually said that on his channel. Like, well, you slapped me. And that's when it's time to fight, mob guy. Or didn't they teach you that in Mob 101? I don't know. So anyway,
All right. I got to hear that. I'm sure he just whines and he should be getting views. And I am. Well, Jeff, if you want to come on and give your opinion on this, I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link for whoever. We could talk about whatever you want. It's generally not something I do, but I've done it a couple of times recently. If not, it's all good. Kevin is a wannabe FBI agent. Yeah, that's what I gathered from his story. Yeah. He would send me like novels for emails. It seemed like a good guy. I really was going to interview him, but you know how it goes, man. I'm all wrapped up in all this bullshit. And You know, I never take the time to follow up on these things. Yeah, stand-up guy keeps talking shit about Miss Camp You're Wrong, and I don't even know. I'd have to listen back to what that clip was that I played. But what is he saying, Miss Camp You're Wrong? That you were wrong for saying that he asked for Chicago's wife's nudes, which he obviously did because the post is right there, the screenshot. That's because you didn't give him the interview. Well, I don't think he's talking about me. We've seen that happen plenty of times, though. Yeah, I don't give somebody an interview, and holy fuck. Well, actually, when it comes to interviews, probably just pizza. When it comes to attention, many others. If they don't get enough of my attention, they feel neglected, and they go after me. And they do the mob guy. Yeah, I didn't know you were a mob guy, Nadu. You should have told me that last time you were at my house. Kevin Moore is a wannabe FBI agent, professional snitch. Yeah. I remember this guy's story now. Take another cruise in your 20-year-old Mercedes convertible, you fucking lame. Is that what he drives? What's up, Chicago? The Sit Down with Jeff Nadu. People like these people I don't even mention. As you said, 300 views. Who cares? These nothing channels aren't worth acknowledging. Yeah, tell me, how do you have 5,000 subs and only get 393 views on a video, especially a video where you're talking about people like Jeff? I smell a rat. Punk with a badge. Who's the guy talking shit about Jeff? Kevin Marr, ex-FBI informant / wannabe FBI agent, I guess. He's going to get it now. Oh, stand-up guy? Yeah. What's your show about tonight, Chicago? I always look forward to them. Chicago does very good shows. If you're not subscribed, you should be. Nikki Blade Clips, what's up, bro? I was talking to somebody about you earlier. Or no. I was talking about something. Oh, that fucking casino in the Indian casino. I keep forgetting the name. Mikusaki or something. What was the fucking name of that place? I was going to text or call you earlier. Guy made a living off of setting people up as paid informant. Pieces of shit, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care about his story, though. I got to be honest. Jeff has the situation under control. There you go, Nick Romano. Nick Romano. Jeff, you're going to forever have a ball breaker on YouTube. Forever. Real FBI? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Chicago Muscle, I think when I was in your chat cheering you on to show us the pencil the other night. Oh, that pencil thing? That's funny. It's what I always said about NB. Built like a number 2 pencil. Mikosaki. There you go. Mikosaki. What? Mikosuki. Mikosuki. That's what I meant to say. Nikki Blade Clips. Mikosuki. I hated that casino, though. I got to be honest, Nikki. I didn't like. I mean, it was fun while we were there, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd go back there. I like the Hard Rock. And where's the other one? There's another one. Is it Dania or Dania, however you pronounce that, beach somewhere? I think there's another casino there. Calling out bullshit. Damn, I've been gone a while. A lot has changed. What's good, FBS? I believe I remember you calling out bullshit. I'm chilling. How about you? I guess you could say a lot has changed, but not really. It's pretty much the same shit going on. My background has changed. Nick the Ball Breaker. I love it. I sent a super chat and got a receipt, but haven't seen it pop up. Let me know if you get it. Oh, great. Because that's what I'm on here for, and I'm not getting it. Thank you, Wisco Chick 420. I don't see it. Oh, Steve Blair sent me a $10 cash app for Hope Mom's well, bro. Thank you very much. She's doing good today. She was on her way out the door a little while ago. I don't know, Wisco Chick. What do I do? Let me check my YouTube studio and see if it popped up on there. Fucking, that's all I need. Super chats aren't working. No, I don't have it. Last one I got is Leon's from May 31st, from Friday. The dude called Nick Romano a douche. Listen, guys, why don't you just come on here right now and discuss things? I mean, I'll be a mediator. I bet you I could work things out between the two of you. How about that? Yeah, I'll drop the link again. Nick, what? I don't think Nick has any problem with you, Jeff. I think he likes to break your balls because you fucked with him so badly, you know? Lifetime friends, me and Jeff go way back. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Nick Romano is another fucking douche, another loser. This fucking, like this Mar. I'm like I said, I'm assuming it's pronounced that way, like Bill Maher. I love the back and forth. Yeah, I didn't get anything, Wisco Chick. I'm sorry. I don't know. Hopefully it'll pop up. Fuck. That's why, guys, super chats are great, and I need them. Don't get me wrong, but if you have the means, or if you have it set up, whatever, and you could do Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal, it's much better. But I need super chats too, because that's how I build a paycheck. This is Tony action, baby. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I saw that Rolls Royce or whatever. I saw a few minutes of it. Eric, I'm pretty sure Jeff or FBS can shoot it to you, bro. What? What do you got to see? This show is so all over the place. What do you got to see, Eric? Fuck! I don't know. Your cousin Vinny, $9.99, missed a few days of streams, but I've been working, exercising, and attending AA meetings. Love you all. Your support honestly really helped me and is helping me now. Donate to FBS if possible. Thank you. I'm glad to see you're back on track again, your cousin Vinny, and doing well. I hope you're feeling good, and you're determined to stay clean and sober. I do. I hope that for you, bro. I wish that for you. Love you, man. Thank you, bro. All right, so there you go. Super chat worked, but Wisco Chick got screwed. Eric, I'm pretty sure Jeff. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know. Shoot what to me? Don Berlin, I got a book, but warning to Chris: read the label. Do not open until anniversary, 21 June, 5 years. Surprise boxes en route. And I'm counting on Miss Can't Be Wrong and her goons to beat you with her leathers. Oh. Yeah, I won't. I promise. I won't open it. I made you a promise the other day on the phone, and I'm going to keep it. I won't open it. Don sometimes will send me a gift here and there, and he'll say, like last time, I think it was for my birthday, he sent me a big gift, right? And on the bottom of the box, it said, do not open. Was it my birthday, Don? I think so. My birthday or Christmas. Do not open until this date. But it was on the bottom. I didn't see it. I didn't see the thing. So I'm sorry, Don. I'll never do it again, I promise. Joey, not sure what you're talking about. Interrogation video. Have a good day, by the way, Don. Call me whenever. I don't know, man. I'm lost in the chat. I sent you 2 super chats. I don't know why you're not getting them. Are you serious, bro? What? Leon, $10. Arf, 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 arf. What's up, Leon? Good to see you, bro. Thank you for the $10. I'm glad you stole it out of that scumbag's wallet. I'm siding with the Nick Romano show. Oh, Antonino's taking Nick's side. Well, who's Team Nick and who's Team Jeff? 1 for Team Jeff, 2 for Team Nick. This could cause real trouble. 1 for Team Jeff, 2 for Team Nick. Throw your votes in the chat. Whose side you taking? Jeff, he's talking about Lee Cole's wife telling the police Lee is a mob boss. Well, she didn't say that. She said he's in the mafia in Florida. Yeah, that was Deanna. Yeah, not quite his wife, but yeah. Nick and Jeff have to fight to the death. That is all. Winner gets baby A. Oh, shit. Look at that. The winner gets baby A. Well, let's see. Nick Romano show said, I love me some Nadu. The sit down with Jeff Nadu. I don't remember that. Standing on business with Eric Foss. Maybe FBS does. Don Berlin be back and all. Yeah, I have that video. If that's the one you're talking about, Lee Cole being, her saying he's in the mafia. I have that video. Don Berlin, be back in August or September. Have a good anniversary. And hopefully Kimberly will send me the show. God bless all of you and be well. Stay safe. Oh, bro. Be safe, please. Stay safe and keep in touch with me at least. God damn it. We'll miss you, Don. That sucks, man. You didn't tell me. Well, like I said, call me when you can, bro. What do we got over here? Don Berlin, 1999, early anniversary present for Chris's 5 years. Vinny, congrats to you. And if you ever need help, reach back to me via email at damb2020@protonmail.com, which is my YouTube address. There you go. He's a good man to talk to. I would do that. I would. Not to mention his lovely, brilliant wife. Thank you, Don. Jeff, come and spread the gospel on what? Let me get that. FPS, do you have a clip of Lee Cole wife telling the police he's a mob boss? Bear with me. I don't know if I still have it because I don't know if I could access my Facebook thing here. Oh, fuck, man. I don't know how to do it. Fuck. Yeah, okay. Oh, let me see. Okay. I should have it. Wait. Oh, I didn't see this. Okay, well, here.
He is such a con man that I thought he was a good man when I first met him. I just found out today he's got warrants in like 5 states. He's a pathological liar. And he is so smooth with words.
Hello, people.
The last time when Lee took me, and I have a friend that can verify that he did. He took me against my will. That was a nightmare. The whole thing in Wisconsin.
When was that?
That was this time last year. Actually.
So she changed the story later because I think they got back together, but. Oh, you didn't know about this, Nate? Do? But they, I didn't realize she really, said he took her. I guess I never listened to this whole thing. I've just had it sitting in my fucking phone.
Exactly this time last year. And I had wrote a note, and I put it in my purse in case I was killed.
From here?
No, I was in Wisconsin. He had me in Wisconsin. I was being detained. There's been several things that he's done in this town, just several people. And I am scared of him. Okay? It's hard. See, Tom and Sergeant Gadsky, they're familiar with everything, so it's hard to explain it, but...
Okay, but they're not here now.
I know.
I need to know what's going on.
Lee is in the mafia in Florida. He has a very high position in the mafia.
He has a very high position in the mafia. Now, you ask yourself, Did he tell her this? Or did she see something to make her think this? Because you know Lee is a bullshitter. So he might actually told her he's very high up in the Florida mafia. I'm assuming this is after Santo Traficante died. Oh my God. Let me get down here. All right. So I gotta look at some of these votes too. Yes, that's okay. Ready for battle against the Amish Godfather. Oh my God. I like the Nick Romano interview. Guy seems like a stand-up person. Is definitely funny, and Jeff has an awesome channel, one of the best for mob content, in my opinion. I hope they can work out the BS. I think it would be nice. I think it would be. When are you going to be on Jimmy's show? Sorry, I looked at Anthony Santora's comment. When are you going to be on Jimmy's show? That's today, right, bro? Anthony Santora, I always pictured some top secrets. You never know. To sit down with Jeff Nadu. There's no beef. I just don't like people like him. He's a glom-on guy looking for attention. It's goofy. Do your own stuff. Well, Jeff is a boss. Brooklyn. No ring fights here. The shit goes down in the streets. I agree. Wisco Chick 420. Let's try this again. Thank you, Wisco Chick. It worked. I appreciate you. Oh, what am I doing? Fucking up my 12s here. What the fuck did I just do? I just fucked my laces up. Oh, man. I shouldn't be wearing these right now. Jeff doesn't hate Nick. He just thinks, like me, his Jerry Langella story just has a lot too much. I don't know, bro. Listen, things happen when your family's connected. Peace, smooth, slow. Wisco Chick, $5. One more in celebration of it going through. Beautiful, Wisco Chick. So who am I missing? I'm missing Sam the Mans, I guess. Thank you again, Wisco Chick. Sorry, Anthony, you have me mixed up with heroes and true patriots. My life is very boring. Strictly zeros and ones. There you go. No top secret shit for you. Nick Romano show. Do you think I know Bill Jr. and all these people saying they know my family? You're still questioning me. Well, Nick, where did Bill Jr. say he knew your family? Just out of curiosity. Did he say that publicly somewhere? Curious, because I didn't hear that. Lee runs the Wisconsin crime family. Yeah. I'm not doubting you were probably a neighborhood kid, bro. Sit down, Jeff Nadu. Lee is in the mafia in Florida. She believed. You want me to play it again? Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to play it again. Don Cole, what the fuck? I never heard this. LMFAO. You didn't? The fuck? Didn't Casperosa play this? He was a soldier in the Tartaglia crew. Was that his name, Joey Freaks? What was his name? Tony Tartaglia, I believe. Yeah. What the fuck, legal? Thank you, calling out bullshit. I'm scared of the walrus. Lee is the boss of bosses. Jesus, Lee's taking an ass kicking today. Jimmy had an emergency. We did a short about it. Oh, okay, cool, man. Well, I hope he's okay. Is he okay? The book, yes, Rise to Recovery. He was a capo in the Burrito family. You should be scared, Eric. Lee ain't no joke. You might not want to fuck around. Damn, watching from Kenya, Afizal? Is that how you pronounce that? Well, welcome and good to have you here. Shout out to Kenya. I never thought I'd say that. I thought the fact that she said he was a smooth talker, even funny. Oh, yeah. Guy speaks like he cannot read. I got 3 years done. I want to hit 20 years. I'm trying so hard, man. That stuff happened in a lot of our neighborhoods. It did. It definitely did. Don Berlin, Sam, go to Amazon and search Kimberly Berlin, and the name of the book is Rise to Recovery. It was one of the best time sellers. It was on the best times. It was on the bestseller list a few weeks ago. For fuck's sake. I can't fucking talk. I can't read. I guess I'm already tired today, huh? I actually am. I was like in a coma last fucking night. I've kind of been tired all day. Sam, don't worry about making it 20 years today. Worry about making it to tomorrow today. That is all you need to accomplish, and you will be a star. That is true, Sam the man. No, well, nobody voted to have the video played again. So, I won't play it. Shit. This is a shit show. It's all over the fucking place. I think Nick is getting pissed off all over my page in comments. What is? He's in all capitals now. And I have Instagram messages. What? You talking about Bill Catolo Jr.? Huh. Yeah, I didn't know. That's cool. I didn't know that. Let's see. Let me get down here. They're blowing shit up outside my house, by the way. They will know soon. Yes. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't know that. I had no idea. All right, well, listen, I don't know what to talk about. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm going to drop the link again, see if any of you want to come on. Again, my question, homie. Wait, did you text it to me or is it in here? Where is it, bro? Mustache Pete. I don't know, man. I can't find a question from you. I don't see Mustache Pete anywhere in here except for that comment I just read. I don't know. What's the question? I'm not trying to be a dick. I just always feel attacked. Well, listen, Nick, welcome to MobTube. You know, this, first of all, being doubted happens to everybody. And I mean everybody. Unless you have some documented fucking, serious cases out there, some news articles about you. Even then, they'll try to doubt you. They do it with every fucking buddy. And you're going to have haters, bro, who don't like you for whatever reason. And even if they do believe your story, they're going to say they don't believe it. So you're going to have to get used to that, bro, because this community is full of that horse shit. A lot of jealous, envious jerk-offs, a lot of people. Do you hear this? A lot of people who got nothing going on, who are always worried about our lives and shit. Nick, trust me, I'm victim number one of it. It's just going to happen, bro. It's just going to happen. I don't think you're full of shit just because I'm good at reading people. And I saw that you didn't try to make yourself any type of big deal. So, I told you, like when I decide or when I'm trying to decide if somebody's lying or not, I use the laws of probability. You know what I mean? Like if you're full of shit, you are most likely probably going to say, you're trying to inflate yourself a lot, make yourself seem much bigger than you were. You're not going to have just one single story that seems a little unbelievable about Jerry Lang. I look at things like that, you didn't say, you didn't say anything crazy like you were, Let me think. I don't know. I don't want to say anything because you might have said it. But from what I saw of you, I have no reason to believe you're bullshitting. I said, let's put you on the spot now. Do you think there is truth in what Nick says, or do you think Jeff was correct with his beliefs? I'm going to tell you right now, I think Jeff is wrong 100%. I believe Nick. Like I was just saying. I think I at first I didn't know, because when I heard Nick on Proctor's show, I'm like, well, when he talks about Pacello, he is really only talking about the common knowledge stuff about Chris. So it doesn't seem like he has any inside information. But I think he pretty much said that when he was on my show. He doesn't, he was around those guys. He never met Chris or anything. So no, I think Jeff is 100% wrong. I do. I think he made a bad call, like with Mike DeBella. I think, you know what I mean? I think he did. I love you, Jeff, but I just got to be honest. I do think you're wrong about Nick, because basically this is what Nick's saying. Nick was a neighborhood kid in Staten Island, and he knew some guys, whatever, a couple of people from the New Springville boys. He saw others around, stuff like that. He's in the neighborhood, so he's hearing stories and stuff. Might have known a couple of associates, got into some real serious trouble, and had family basically arrange a sit-down for him. And it was squashed. He had to pay off what he owed, and that's it. He got in some trouble in his teen years, moved out of Staten Island at 23 to Florida, and that's it. It's not an unbelievable story. Like I said, laws of probability. If somebody is really bullshitting you, they're going to really bullshit you. They're going to blow their entire story out of proportion. They're going to add all types of crazy shit that you'll know, okay, this is fucking nonsense if you have brains in your head and common sense. Or at the very least, he's going to make himself seem to be a real big shot. And I don't see Nick doing that. Nick doesn't even put on any front. He comes on here and he does the fucking Affleck, and he has a sense of humor about himself. He makes fun of himself. So, I don't know. I just don't believe he's bullshitting. If I did, I would have told him while he was on the show. You know me, guys. I'd say it right now, Nick. I think you're full of shit if I did. I don't bullshit anyone. I think that Jeff made a bad call. I'm going to tell you the truth. I think in a way that Jeff may do, if he can't find something on the internet about somebody, an article or some sort of information, he believes they're phony, period. And there's no changing his mind about it. But the bottom line is most mob associates and even a lot of mob guys, we've never heard of them. They're not going to have anything printed about them. You know what I mean? They're not, they may have never caught any major case. There's a lot of people out there who slipped through the cracks, and a lot of guys that weren't a big deal that you would never know about, like Nick. He's got a story somewhat kind of sort of similar to Jimmy's and many, many others. Oh, look at that. Mike DeBella, 1999. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you very much, man. That's awesome. I'm not doing bad today. But keep donating, guys. I'd appreciate it. If Nick and Jeff have to share bunk, who's on top and who's on bottom? I don't want to give my opinion on that just because, I don't know. I think Nick would have the bottom bunk. So. Now, no doubt, Nick, and I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. At first, I thought you might have been full of shit too, but then I did that little tiny sort of kind of interview with you, and I am the bullshit detector on MobTube. I see shit nobody else sees, and I'm always right. And I just don't see it with Nick. I just don't see it. So, for others who feel they may have short time on the books, it's just not true. Every day is a miracle, whether you have 8 days or 8 years. You're fucking right. Absolutely, man. That's true. Never think you don't have enough time. You will eventually, but if you use, then your time stops here, and you got to start all over again when you decide to get sober. I say it just because I know for a fact, another thing like with Nick, I know for a fact that kids who grew up in those neighborhoods, at least well into their teens, late teens, when you're younger, you don't necessarily know. It depends. It depends on who you're hanging out with and all that shit. But if you've been there, if you grew up there, and especially in a specific neighborhood that's very, very mob populated, we'll say, you're going to know those guys. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. It's like growing up in Bensonhurst in the 80s. They're everywhere. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting a fucking made guy, So the kids know them, of course. That's how it works. That's really how it works. That's how most guys become wise guys. They meet people when they're young and they're kind of brought up by them, in the streets at least. That's just the way it works. So Nick's story makes all the sense in the world. If he came on here and said he was some fucking big deal, or, he was on the verge of being made or something, then yeah, I'd say, come on, Nick, stop playing, bro. You're full of shit. You know what I mean? But he's not saying that. Jeff was wrong about Nick, but I thought the same about Nick at first, too. So did I. And I really shouldn't have, because I was basing it on not much at all, but anything's possible. I knew some people from the neighborhood during the 70s, 80s who knew a few guys and had some scuffles with them, but it was never anything big. Yeah, of course. That's how it works. The Nick Romano show, 100%. And I ended up with a warrant on the run for a while after that. Yeah, so Mustache Pete, I know one thing. When you live in an area that is full of mob guys and associates, it's not uncommon to have interactions with them or have them help you or your family with something. It's normal. Exactly. I told you my family was helped by certain people on several occasions, we'll just say. Somebody paid for a funeral of, a child that my mom and dad had that didn't survive. Stuff like that. Yeah, there's no doubt. Now, I never met, and there's two other guys. I talk about him being my grandfather being very close with Fritzy. There's two other guys that I know of, and I'm sure he knew tons of fucking guys. Of course, I don't talk about them because they're living relatives and stuff. But I don't know what my point was. They were around. My dad met them and stuff, I'm sure at times. I never did, so. And I don't pretend to have met them. But, yeah, they did certain things for my family, without question. I said I was only in jail for like 60 days. That's another thing. Because guess what? There's another way. That was as a juvenile. Now, he could have lied and said, I did 3 years. And nobody would ever be able to prove that he didn't because it was a juvenile record. So why would he say I only did 60 days? This is the stuff you got to look at when you're trying to decide if somebody is a liar. You know what I mean? And sometimes there's stuff you could research, like with Mike DeBella. There's things I checked out on him that he said on this show that turned out to be 100% true, a lot of things. So, I thought Nick said he helped Raymundi kill the Pope. He did say that. I think he was lying about that. Arizona now. Joey Frakes, I'm fine with the neighborhood thing. Multiple sit-downs at 13, contacting Jerry in prison. I'm sorry. I think there's just a little too much syrup on that sandwich. Well, you're allowed to have your opinion. Definitely. Everybody's going to, But if you are a kid who's related to important people that can arrange a sit down or represent you at one, and you do something crazy that could get you killed as a kid or something like that, or get you, hurt badly or whatever, it's certainly possible, you know what I mean? And probably likely that something like that will take place. No important guy is going to let their son or nephew or anything, get hurt bad when he could squash it, when he has the power to do that. So again, that is to have Jerry Langella, represent you at a sit down. It's a big deal, no doubt, but it's definitely likely. It is. I think so too, bro. I'll be honest with you. It's no disrespect. Like I said, I'm sure he was in the neighborhood. Yeah. And you can't even get mad, Nick. You know what I mean? Because people are going to do that, bro. Most of the people on here are from the streets, or they got some sort of street background, and they're always going to be skeptical of everybody. That's how you survive. That's me. I'm always skeptical of everybody until I can, at least speak to them or somehow confirm the shit they're saying. So that's what everybody's going to be like. But Nick, just keep doing your thing and don't worry about it. And maybe you'll change some people's minds. Your cousin Vinny, $9.99. Here's another 10. I'm in such a great mood on this wonderful Sunday. I want to thank FBS and all in the chat for your support. Bro, you always have our support no matter what. We're rooting for you. Thank you for another $9.99. It means a lot, bro. Mike DeBella, $20 for donate. There you go. Mike DeBella's saying it. I'd listen if I was you. He's telling you all to donate. And he is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. And even though he didn't say match, I'm sure he meant it. Wait a minute. Okay. It was Nick's first interview, and he was rushed, so the story sounded phony. When it's properly explained, it makes sense. So nobody was wrong, just misinterpreted. I agree with you. When he came on the show and he explained it to us on this show, I think it was much more detailed. But again, I didn't really see James Proctor's interview with him. I'm just going by what you guys are saying. There you go, guys. Kimberly's book. I could tell you right now, it is fantastic. And if you're in recovery, you should go get a copy. FBS found my paperwork and no one asked him to. Yeah. FBS found my paperwork and no one asked him to. This is true. This is very true. Yes. I am good. I'm pretty good at what I do. So is Chicago. So is SoFlo. A lot of us are. Very, very good at it. Nick, I can watch your show now that you don't call me a clown in the comments. That's fair. Mustache Pete, I do understand where Jeff is coming from, though, because YouTube is full of fraud, so you have to be wary. Oh, I do too. And listen, Jeff has been here a long time, pretty much since the beginning. So Jeff has seen, the Danny Trios and the Tony Pizzas and, the fucking Truth Serums. These guys come and go. So Jeff is going to be skeptical, of course. But I do think he jumps the gun. I do. FBS, Nick has to be real. He's out there in Sammy land now. He is in Sammy land. You're right. Fucking Arizona. I'm not into Jeff that way, but thanks, guys. Jeff reminds me of the Dumb and Dumber movie. Oh, that's fucked up. I like Jeff. He's a good dude. Yeah, Mustache Pete, definitely, sir. There's the link. Everyone should have been like RJ and shh. Well, you're not going to get that on here. I'm an unknown, unheard of guy who knows massive amounts of info on 13th Ave, Bath Ave, and a whole lot of Bensonhurst. There's a few of us out here. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, if you grow up in those neighborhoods, you're going to know shit. You're going to hear stories. You're going to know who guys are, and you might wind up having some sort of interaction with these guys even throughout your fucking life. It's literally the story of Italian mob neighborhoods. This is just how it goes. It's amazing to me that people will still say that they don't think Jimmy Calandra knew certain guys. Like, what are you fucking talking about? How could he not have? First of all, he was with the Bath Avenue crew. He was number 2. He was with Paulie G. When people say they don't think he ever met Spiro or Tommy Karate, I think you're fucking crazy. Why not? I mean, no, these people are not easily accessible to just anybody in the neighborhood, but Jimmy wasn't just anybody in the neighborhood. When you're doing scores like that and everything else, these guys seek you out. You ain't even got to seek them out because they want some of that fucking money. You know what I mean? So it blows my mind. But that's, I think, people who've never lived in a neighborhood like that don't understand the way it works. They don't get how common that is for people to just know guys, you know? My man Mustache Pete,
Yo, what up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Listen, first, I don't want to get it twisted. Like, I understand what Jeff is saying because 90% of these guys who come on here, like somebody just said, who aren't known informants, are usually full of shit. You know what I mean? Like, especially now, we're just flooded with those types of people. But, you know, as I said before, it's not uncommon when you live in an area where there's a lot of, you know, people in that life, a heavy Italian population. If someone it's not somebody you're related to, it's your best friend's uncle, your best friend's father, or your neighbor or something like that. And that's one of the reasons why there's this whole, you know, we romanticize the mob is because, you know, growing up as a kid, you don't always see these people as like these gangsters, these killers, whatever. You see them as if there's a problem, if my mom has a problem with the landlord, or my mom has a problem where she parks across the street with the town, you can go to that guy, no matter who he is, and they can help you out. You know, so we look at them as having this power. You know what I'm saying? At least I did growing up. So, and that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
It's a normal thing. That's why I think a lot of these people look at them like they're these powerful figures, you know, larger than life, because when there's a problem, if especially when you're not involved with them, but it's your father's friend or a friend of the family, well, let me talk to somebody, and then they help you out.
They
You know
can
what I
fix
mean?
it. Yep.
So it that's why we look at them a lot of times like they're these great guys. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Now, I don't know about Nick's whole story, like in detail, but it's you know, just because it was Jerry Lang and it was some guy with a big name, it doesn't mean that they're not reachable, especially if they know somebody or they're close to somebody that, you know, that loves you or that cares about you. It does happen. So
yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%.
You know, that's all I wanted to say. But, you know, like I said, I understand Jeff because he's a content creator and his job here is to, you know, talk about history. And when he thinks people are trying to change history, he, you know, he jumps on top of it because everybody has, you know, fucked with us so much. You know, there's been so many Danny Trios and all these types of people. So, you know, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Here's Nick. Here's Nick and Jeff. What the fuck?
Oh, here we go. I don't know if I want to be between this.
Well, let's see. What's up? Oh, Jeff jumped off. Hey, where's Nick?
Hold on, FBS. I just want to tell you.
I don't even know if that's Nick. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck was that?
Godfrey. Gilbert Godfrey.
It's like it's a still picture of Nick, so it got me. I was tricked.
Hold on now. I want to say, Jeff. Holy shit. This guy's yelling like we're across the street.
Yeah, so Nick isn't on here. My bad.
Nah.
Yeah, Nick fucking he I think I was playing something yesterday and Shannon was like, why does he yell? I was like, he's not yelling. It's the way he talks. You know, he's not even angry right now.
When I saw his interview with James, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about James, but I already had doubts. And then when he talked about Chris Pacello, he called him Chris Pacello at first. So I was like, oh, this guy's full of shit. So I was under the same impression. But then again, I dismiss people right away too. You know, I'm like you, bro. I don't believe anybody, you know, off jump, you know? No. So I get it. I totally get it. But he seems like an okay guy to me. And he just seems like you said, bro, there's a million guys in the street and in the neighborhood that are like that have done stupid shit and had to have somebody speak up for them. It happens a lot. It was just one of the stories that, you know, were, you know, brought up.
Well, listen, I'm glad you're here. Stay on for a minute with Jeff because, again, I want to read you his comment and then I'm going to bring him on. He said, saying the street boss of a family and sitting commission member vouched for you at 13 is among the most ludicrous things ever said here, up on the level of Raymundi shit. Just insane. I don't see it that way.
Well,
let's hear him out. And Nick, I'll bring you on. Let me have Jeff on for a minute because he's going to jump off if you come on. So I'll bring you on in a few. Hang on, Nick.
And the thing is too, we don't really know what he did to have somebody speak up for him. We really need to know the full story. But go ahead, Jeff.
If you're going to say this shit, you better have proof. Because I'll tell you what you guys just said is perfectly fine. There are hundreds of people on these shows in these comment sections that live in these neighborhoods, and not one of them has ever come on here and said they were connected to Jerry Lang and the new Springville.
But bro, everybody has different story. Jeff, so you're telling me that you cannot tell your story if you don't have proof of it. Come on, Jeff. You're not the gatekeeper, bro. Come on.
But it's insane.
But how would you have
it's not insane. Go ahead, Mustache, because I know you're going to.
So I lived in South Philly for years. If I come on and say I know this guy, I mean, you would think I'm crazy, wouldn't you? Who the fuck?
Not in South Philly. Everybody knows everybody in South Philly. No, you could be.
Well, notice nobody does it though.
But how would he have proof for something like that, though? How do you think he should show proof for something like that?
I mean, what do you mean? There's
saying that some guy sat down for
There's
him.
no he just what I'm saying is it's crazy. It's hard to believe. That's all I'm saying. I think it's hard to believe.
Well, let me ask with his story. He's saying he did something that was really reprehensible, right? And it was so bad that he had to have a guy, Jerry Lang, sit down for him. Is that what his story was?
Jerry Lang was in prison. How's it?
Yeah, and Nick has said that.
Right. So, what do you call him? What do you call through the prison phone? It's, hey, sit down for this guy. I don't get it.
No, there was a phone call made from prison. I guess Jerry Lang called. I don't know, the family. Somehow they got a hold of him, and whatever he did something to help fix the situation. He arranged to sit down or something. So
you don't think it's crazy that a sitting member of the commission doing?
Well, let me tell you something. A captain in the Genovese family sat down for my aunt, a woman, all because she told a maid guy's wife that he was having an affair. A captain, Fritzy Giovanelli, under chin, sat down for my Aunt Lucy, bro. So it is so not out of the question.
I think it's a little crazy. That's all.
If somebody's saying that they're on record with the guy, then I think it's kind of crazy. We never heard of them, but in all reality, they're just could be the guy next door that's helping them out in a situation. But I know what you're saying, but I don't know how he would have proof of it. If he's saying the guy just, put in a word for him or sat down for him so he didn't get his ass kicked or whatever.
Bro, Jeff, you realize that stuff.
But I'm not again
back in the 80s and 90s and way before, up until then, this shit was commonplace. This is not out of the ordinary. I know it's something you can't find or read about, but this was commonplace in Italian neighborhoods. This is how things were settled.
Yeah, well, again, I didn't live there, so I wouldn't know. So, listen, no one has to believe. That's fine. I don't believe it. That my opinion doesn't change anything. I just don't believe it. That's all.
Well, yeah, I think you have every right to disagree, and
I think it's supremely ridiculous that some of these people that come on here, they'll do this. Well, you didn't live there, so you don't know. Every successful person in this genre and have written books never lived in these places. No historian needs to live there. And then
what do you mean never lived? What do you mean every author in this genre never lived in those places? What do you mean?
Selwyn Rabb didn't live in Bensonhurst.
Who the fuck is talking about him? Sammy the Bull did. He wrote a book.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the people that wrote these books. I'm not talking about the mob guys. I'm not talking about the mob guys.
Right.
And then it delves into this ad hominem shit about I'm Amish or it's just this is the same song and dance. We've seen it here before.
No, that's the stuff they're gonna say to you. But listen, Jeff, I need you to understand. Them saying to you you're Amish because of your geographical location, your address, is this them telling you what your life is like? Because you're not Amish, right? But they assume that about you. It's the same as you telling people who are from Italian neighborhoods how things go when you didn't live there, but they know they know firsthand.
But again, if this guy has done nothing different than any of these other people. I'm just saying, why not just come on here and just tell stories? Why do you have to put yourself into all these different people over there?
Because it's his story, Jeff.
How do we know that's his story, though?
But exactly, how do you know to say it isn't?
I feel like if you're going to come in and try to paint yourself as some associate of the mob, I think there should be some sort of proof. That's all I'm saying.
He never said he was an associate. He never said that. He was a kid. He was a young kid. He's like 13, 14 years old. He fucked up real bad. And somebody sat down for him.
Okay. And again,
what are they going to do if
it all comes down to just, I don't believe it. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't, good luck to him. That's all I'm saying.
Well, here's the thing. I think that I don't even believe he told the full story of who it was that he robbed or whatever.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you guys the truth, okay? And I'm not going to tell you where I got it from, but I know who it is. I know the story. And believe me when I tell you, if the story's true and somebody didn't sit down for him, there would have been a huge issue. Like, he might not be here no more.
And then maybe somebody will vouch for it. You know what I mean? It'll make it seem more believable because that's what you're going to run into.
I wish him the best. I'm not a fan of his. That's all. I don't believe.
I know, but you know what I mean, though, Jeff. Right? Like, you can't just accuse everybody who you can't find proof about that they're not telling the truth. So the majority of associates and guys who are loosely connected, and even some guys who are really in deep, made guys, you might never be able to find anything on. We never heard of a lot of these guys. Remember what the mafia was supposed to be. Supposed to be a secret.
At the end of the day, though, the guy has continuously been a dick, and I don't like him. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't say anything more about him.
But let me ask you, Jeff. Oh, hold on, Mustache Pete. I'm sorry. Has he been a dick, or did you call him out and cause him to be a dick to you? Did he go on James Proctor's show and say, I think Jeff Nadu is an Amishman or a faggot or some crazy shit like that? No, he didn't say a fucking word about you.
And it always delves into the, again, all I'm saying is I know you said you believe him and peopleism and everything, but that's fine. He still has not shown any fuck all reason that any of this shit is true. That's all I'm saying. And that's the truth.
But there's not. Listen, let me tell you something, Jeff. I was accused of crimes and investigated for crimes I absolutely committed. I've talked about some of those crimes in my story. I have zero proof of those crimes. Does that mean I'm lying?
And listen, the truth is, Chris, no, not at all.
All right.
All I'm saying is, and this has all been like over the last couple of weeks, I've been put into the same like stratosphere as this guy. And I'm saying it now going forward. I don't want to associate with this dude. I don't want to be on camera with him. I don't want to be seen with him. I don't want to have discussions about him, at least in my own show. I don't want to acknowledge the dude. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
What are you going to say, Mustache Pete?
No. I was going to say, all the shit that goes back and forth, it's hard to know who the fuck started talking shit about who. You know what I mean? And then everything, if there's any truth in anything, it gets lost in all the bullshit, the shit.
As Jeff Canarsie says, and he has said this before, just because you know people doesn't make you anything. That's all. And that's true. Very true. That's very true.
As who says?
Jeff Canarsie. He's very correct on that. These guys that, just because your family was in whatever locally, so what the fuck does that matter about you? I don't get it.
But that's just it. That's the problem, Jeff, is that Nick never made himself out to be anything special. And you're claiming
why bring up these stories? Why even bring them up? I don't get it.
And what is that? And by the way, Jeff, this is where I gotta argue with you a little bit. What does that make you? What does that mean to you? It makes you somebody who knows more than you would, Jeff. It does. If you're somebody who even knew guys or were connected in any way, they know more than you. They do. Oh. No offense, bro, but you did not know, just like I didn't. I've never met a mafia guy. So I can't sit here and tell you exactly how everything goes down, exactly how everything fucking acts or happens, but you can't either.
Yeah, that's fair. And all I'm saying is I don't believe him. If you guys do, that's fine. In my opinion, it doesn't mean really that much. Why does it mean so much? I don't get it. I just don't believe
that's what we're asking you. Who cares? Leave the guy. You know what I mean? Let him,
I haven't said a fucking word about the kid. I have not. I blocked it from my chat. I don't acknowledge him.
He's breaking your balls because he's got a sense of humor. He's a funny guy, bro. He doesn't.
But it's not funny. It's not funny. It's stupid. He uses my content.
You don't think that Vipers video was funny?
No, but I don't do that. He makes stupid memes about people that he did a video about someone's wife. He's a fucking lowlife. He's a disgraziato, this guy.
Well, he took it. Go ahead, Mustache Pete.
No, I'm just laughing
because of the disgraziato. Listen, he I don't know. I forgot what my fucking point was now, but I don't know. I think he just breaks your balls. I think maybe there's a way we could situate or figure out a situation where maybe you just don't talk about each other.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I said my piece on it. That's it. That's all.
But you just got to know in the future, man, if somebody comes on here and you call them out, whether they're telling the truth or lying, then you're going to have a problem with them, so you can't get mad when a guy is fucking with you after that. I do it to people all the time. People call me out. Now they got a problem with me, so if you don't know, Jeff, this would be my opinion. If you don't know that a guy's lying, maybe you just shouldn't say anything.
But we also don't know if he's telling the truth. And I won't say another word about it. You're right. And this is why I'm not doing this anymore. People don't care. It's done is made a big issue out of things. If people want to believe the Ramundis or whoever, that's up to them. I'm no longer doing the whole outing people, that's up to them. If they want to believe them, let them.
Well, I'll do it, but I just when it comes to Nick, I mean, trust me, man. If he said something that made him sound like some sort of a big deal, he's not saying he knew Jerry Lang. He didn't say that once. He said it was his family that helped him. If you're a family, if you like Mustache Pete, like you were saying, if you grew up in a certain neighborhood, okay, and your family knew Jerry Lang, okay, even if your family are nobodies. Right, Mustache Pete? Nobody's.
Yeah.
But they knew him. They were somehow close to him. Or they might have been neighbors their whole lives, whatever. And your son does something to somebody who's serious, who might fucking kill you now. You can bet your ass that your family is going to, if they have to beg on their knees to get somebody to help keep your ass alive, that's what they're going to do.
100%, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know it's a big name, bro. It's Jerry Lang, but I mean, other than that, what has he said that sounds outrageous?
Listen, I wish him the best. I got nothing else to say about it.
All right.
I'm moving on from it.
All right, bro.
But again, Nick, don't use my fucking content again, or I will strike you.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, bro.
Later.
All right. I'm guessing Nick wants to come on now.
I don't know, does he?
I think so. Yeah, I think Nick has got a temper like I'm sure me or you. He's probably bursting at the seams right now. He wants to go ape shit.
Yeah. Well, listen, you brought up a good point. Who started talking about who first? But I understand both of them, and I think that Jeff just doesn't want to be involved in anything that the guy has to say anymore. You know what I mean?
No, I know, and I don't blame Jeff. I saw how it went down, and Jeff called this guy out immediately. And now the guy's fucking with him, and it's like when that happens, you're not a victim of anything, I don't know, man. I doubted the guy at first too, but here's Eric.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, yeah, listen, this thing is spiraling too far out of control. Listen, look, and I was involved in a way, and let me explain what happened. Okay, Nick comes on Mr. Rogers' show. Okay, James Proctor or whatever. Okay, so it was his first interview. Basically, he's rushed. He's first time doing this or whatever. So you know how everybody always puts a spin on everything, and Mr. Rogers then made it look like it was a bigger thing than what it was. Like it's a huge mob sit down or whatever. Well, also Nick was responsible for this. Nick didn't do his research either because Nick made a comment about Jeff. That Jeff had some guy coming on talking shit about Vincent Gigante or whatever. Which he was totally wrong because I was the guy who came on the show because of some rumor some other guy started. And when Nick seen the show and shit, he was like, oh shit, yeah, he didn't even watch it or whatever. So then that's when I talked to Nick. Okay, and now here's the thing. With the whole situation too, Jeff probably feels a certain type of way too, because at the end of the day, you got anybody in this has to admit Mr. Rogers basically steal Jeff's format. You know what I mean, of how they do their show with the history stuff and all that and all them kind of things. But basically, what the
Mr.
situation,
Rogers.
well, basically what the situation was with Nick, like when I talked to Nick and he was able to speak, you know what I mean, without being rushed, without being nervous. Then when Nick explained it to me, it's just like this. It's just like a normal, everyday thing that happens every day. Not some big, huge sit down or nothing like that. He was some stupid ass kid who did some stupid ass shit. Somebody knew, you know, people or whatever. I guess somebody was talking to the guy from the joint, and the guy was like, you know, gave the kid a pass or whatever like that. So it's not even that like incredibly crazy. You understand what I'm saying? It's when you actually get to what the real story is. You know what I mean? But with Mr. Rogers and what I don't like is they basically instigated. I believe that they're behind
They
it.
made it something bigger than it was. And I was thinking of that before. The way the show was put forth, it made it look like it's an interview with a former mob associate who knew Chris Pacello. It was put out like that. So I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So that's where see, so honestly, to be honest with you, Nick honestly got caught off guard with that because he's coming on a show just figuring what he's telling his story and shit like that. All of a sudden with the thumbnails and this and that, you know what I mean? And also there's all other underlying beefs between people, and then people will use people as pawns, you know what I mean, to sit there and do that. You know what I mean? So I don't think nobody's wrong or anything like that. But like if Nick comes on here, he'll tell you like the conversation we had. Nick didn't do his research either because I was the one who came on the show and was talking about what actually happens in prison to people and stuff like that and what the scenarios were, you know what I mean, when I came on Jeff's show. And nobody in any of these genres could tell me how that works. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was it's just a lot of confusion. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I wish it would stop. You know what I mean? I don't want to see, them two going at each other or anything like that. You know what I mean? Jeff does a hell of a good show. You know what I mean? Mr. Rogers,
He does.
Jealous, and
he's great at what he does. He is.
Yes. So, I just think that, and like back to the thing where people come off as phonies and stuff, there is a lot of phony stuff and all, but if you really talk to Nick didn't come at it's not that heavy, man. His story, it wasn't that unbelievable. You know what I mean? Because there's situations I've had where I've been in the joint, shit's been going on in the neighborhood. I'm not in the mob, nothing like that. But people who know people, whatever, I might be like, leave that dude alone. You know what I mean? Or just tell him, you know what I mean? But that's not a sit down. That's just somebody like saying, hey, man, let that shit slide. You know what I mean? So, but the way that it was made out to be, and all the other stuff that's been going on for a long time, that's what I even explained to Nick. I said, you got to understand, there's a lot of shit that people try to do to each other, and they'll use people as pawns and do the petty shit and all that kind of stuff. And plus, Nick came right out the gate. Like, Nick came right out of the gate with it, with his channel and stuff like that. Like, whereas though, with the going after Merlino or whatever and stuff like that. So people would take it, like, what the hell is this guy doing or whatever, and if you notice over time, I mean, now he's calmed down, and he's starting to feel more comfortable, whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't fault Jeff. You know what I mean? I don't fault Nick. I fault Mr. Rogers and the Walrus. I just think I'm just going to keep faulting them. But at the end of
you blame no matter what happens, right? Like if there's bad weather tomorrow, it's their fault.
Yeah, it's the Walrus somehow behind it. Trust me, I know it. You know what I mean?
I love it.
But at the end of the day, man, I don't like to see that. You know what I mean? Because look, Jeff's my dude. You know what I mean? And Nick's a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't like to see that, especially when I know that the Mr. Rogers and them are behind it. Trust me, I know.
I don't like to see it either. But Jeff is passionate about this, man. He is.
But see, like I said, it's a lot of underlying things in that, because you got to look at Jeff's point of view on this, and this has nothing to do with Nick for real. This has to do with, look at what Mr. Rogers and them do. They sit there, and Mr. Rogers wants to play the innocent victim, like, oh, nobody attacked Mr. Rogers. He's such a nice man. Fuck Mr. Rogers. Okay. At the end of the day, because he uses the Walrus to stir shit up. I've sat here and watched the Walrus come on these shows. Okay. He used Nick one time as a pawn on that show, Angel Show, or whatever. He was saying, look, nobody was even talking about Jeff Nadu. You know what I mean? But as soon as Lee got on there, or the Walrus, whatever you want to call him, as soon as he got on there, he makes a little comment to, talk about, oh, yeah, well, Nick, what would you say about Jeff? And then it started a whole thing. Any single time that the Walrus and them have been able to take a shot at Jeff, they have done it, and they've used people as pawns. And I mean, I see it. All you got to do is go back and look at the stuff. You know what I mean? And the reason being for that is because, look, Lee sucks. You know what I mean? So he went and he got the old man, and he sits there and he copies Jeff so damn bad. It's so terrible. He gets everything wrong. I don't even think they get a name right. You know what I mean? Last night, let me tell you what happened last night. I crept over that damn wrestling channel or whatever because I seen the thumbnail. It was about the Vince McMahon stuff or whatever. Do you realize he had this man, Mr. Rogers, come on, right? Talking about how the grand juries work and all this stuff. And they were totally wrong about everything, right? So one of the main things they were wrong about was, you know, they were like, well, yeah, you know, well, Mr. McMahon will probably just pay a bond and this and that. So I made a comment. I said, listen, the feds don't do that anymore. You don't pay a bond with the feds. They either release you or they don't. And that's been going on for many, many years.
That's true.
Usually the people they release are cooperators or first-time offenders. So this walrus had the nerve to respond to my comment and be like, well, what about Paul Castellano who got out on a $4 million bail? And first off, that's back in 1984. Okay,
Yeah,
check this out. Well, how come Jeffrey Epstein didn't get a bail? You know what I mean? Because listen, the money doesn't mean shit in the feds, but like that's the thing with them. They always want to be right. They're nothing but liars. They're scumbags. Mr. Rogers is just as bad. Mr. Rogers is just as bad, and that's where all this is coming from, man. And it's just it's playing people against each other, and it's not right. It's not correct. You know what I mean? And like when I talked to like when I talked to Nick, because at first I was pissed. I was like, who the hell is this guy sitting here saying? I said, you know what I mean? Nick didn't watch he didn't even watch the show. I don't know who told Nick that. That was probably Mr. Rogers, not for whatever reason. But when we talked and stuff like that, you know, and I can read people pretty well. And when he told me the story, I'm like, look, that story doesn't seem bad. Like, it doesn't seem like anything crazy, but the way that they made it out, they're making
I
it
know.
you know. So at the end of the day, somebody vouched, like basically said, yo, just get a kid, get the kid a pass. That happens every day in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Every day.
Yep.
So it's not that crazy, you know, but like I said, that was his first time.
Nick Nick just came on. He got pissed off, I guess, because I don't know. He jumped off. Nick, just come back. We'll let you talk, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, come on, Nick.
Nick is on fucking fire.
How do you know? Say something?
Huh?
Did he say something?
No. You could see by his comments in the chat, he's losing his shit. And he grabbed the link, but I guess because we didn't, introduce him right away or something, he got mad and jumped off. But
I mean, the thing is,
say what you.
This genre is flooded with fucking frauds and a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So it's really hard to weed out the fake people. But like you said,
there's Nick right there. Let's see.
I don't think it's not that unbelievable when you're from where he was from.
Right.
It's not. Nope. Go ahead, Nick.
I can't.
It's real low.
Nick, for once we can't hear you.
Right. Wait, hold on, guys.
You got
perfect.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna break everything in this fucking room in 30 seconds. So just give me a second.
I know this is going to be fun. Mike DeBella, his story is true. I know his friends. I just don't like my name mentioned if I don't know you. There you go. Mike DeBella's co-signing you. Thank you, Mike DeBella, for another 20, by the way. That's $60. I appreciate you, bro. So there you go. Even Don is
it's not that crazy.
Mike is saying he knows you.
It's not that crazy of a story.
Now go ahead, Nick. Say what's on your mind, bro.
Hey guys. I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to cancel out all the echoing and stuff, bro. I'm trying to get.
You sound great.
You sound right.
But I have something in the background. If I close that out, I keep losing you when I close that out.
Oh, well now your volume is way down.
All right, hold on. What about now?
Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, don't do anything. It's perfect.
Okay. All right.
I feel like you just changed it.
The first thing I want to say is I appreciate what Mike DeBella said, and I apologize to him.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Madon.
Disgraziado.
How about now?
Yeah. Take them things off.
Can you hear me good or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody.
we see.
All right. I have StreamYard. Open. If I shut the YouTube, am I going to lose you?
No, shut the YouTube. That's
Shut
the
it.
issue you're having. You probably hear us in the background from the show. That's no good.
How about now?
Sound
Hello?
great?
No,
Yeah.
So you got me?
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, guys, I apologize. I know people don't realize that and they have no clue who I am. First of all, I suffer from bad anxiety, dude. Like horrible hypertension. And when I feel like this kid, Jeff, I know you like him, Chris. I know you talk to him behind. I know you talk to him behind the scenes and all that stuff. And I know he's your friend. But I appreciate you sticking up for me because he's 100% wrong. And all this stuff, dude, like you're saying, when you grow up in a Staten Island like that, how come nobody's bringing up my video about the local 400? Is everybody that blind? My God,
I didn't see it.
You know what I want to say to a lot of people? Maybe take a half hour or 40 minutes to go check out somebody's stuff before you start to bash somebody like this little fat Irish idiot, whatever he is, Amish, Irish. He gets his information. He gets his information off a fucking cereal box. Do you get that? If he can't find it on the internet or on the back of his fucking Cheerios, then that's it. He figures, this guy's full of shit. Are you supposed to be a professional fucking journalist and you're doing this years? I came on here for 7 fucking weeks. I'm able to figure out half the motherfuckers on here are full of shit and the other half don't even have a fucking story at all. So I'm going to fit in.
Hold on, Mustache Pete wants to reply to you.
No.
Go ahead, Pete. I'm listening.
I'm not. I understand you being heated, but you can't, totally minimize Jeff's accomplishments on here. He doesn't look at stuff at the back of a cereal.
Why would I appreciate his compliments? Because
I'm not telling you.
Because he can read. Because he can read. Because he can read.
You can feel how you want to feel, but you don't gotta come up here and disrespect him like that.
Nick, relax.
Yeah, no, he is a historian, bro. He knows his shit.
Guys, I understand that part. And let me go back. I'm a little upset. That's why I didn't want to jump on like this, because I'm a little upset.
Just relax a little bit. Listen.
If he would have did a little bit of homework like James did, looked at my pitches, looked at the local 400 union, looked at the stories.
James was interviewing you, Nick. Right. So that's why he did that. Okay.
Wait, Eric. I reached out to Jeff. I posted the emails in my community page. Hey, Jeff, my name is Nick Romano, blah, 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 blah. I gave him the whole same story I gave James Proctor. You know what Jeff did? And then you know what happened when James broke my story? Jeff got a little hurt because he didn't jump on it. And now it's starting to come out that a lot of my stuff is true. And honestly, it's a bad look for a guy that's been doing this for many years to get embarrassed by a kid that comes on for 7 weeks. And now you look like a fool. He looks like a fool.
But Nick, do you realize, remember when me and you talked and I just said it on the show, do you realize that there's also underlying things that go on in this stuff where there's other beefs that people like to use people to, you understand what I'm saying? And I just feel that's basically what happened with that whole thing. You know what I mean? You got sucked into some shit that had nothing to do with you, honestly. You know what I mean? You're a decent guy. You know what I mean? I fuck with Jeff. Jeff's my dude. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, Jeff does his mob stuff, the historian stuff.
Guys, we're getting off topic here. I guess everybody's Jeff's friend. I understand that. What he did to me personally. What he did to me personally was he disrespected me. He called me a complete phony and a liar. He tried to bring on this guy, Peter Lavaglio, was the only guy he could probably find to come on here, who was a mutt loser, shouldn't have even had a button on Staten Island, let alone been calling himself a captain. And I did a whole video about him. So I understand, people are here to defend Jeff. I don't care about that.
No, listen.
No, we just defend him. Most of us are friends with Jeff. Jeff's a good dude.
Jeff can defend himself. Jeff's a grown man. He can defend himself. It's nothing like that. I don't want you to feel no way like that.
So what is the point of
what I'm trying to say? It's a pointless. Listen to me. At the end of the day,
look at that beautiful
it's a
face.
pointless. It is a totally pointless beef between you and him. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a totally pointless beef.
Eric, did he come online and bash you? Did he come online and bash you and call you a liar and everything?
No.
All right.
No. Defended him a little bit.
Look at De Niro up there.
Pete, all right, Pete. All right, I like that. But
what did he say? Right? Yeah, Nick. Yeah, come on, Nick.
You get my point. You get what I'm saying. He attacked me, not you. You might feel different if he attacked you.
Okay, well now hang on for a second, Nick, and I'm gonna get you here.
Go ahead.
And look, because I'm this type of person, you know I'm this type of person. I just don't jump the gun because technically you attacked me.
How?
When you came out, when that all first went on, and you said, yeah, Jeff had some jerk off on his show talking about Chinchagati, this guy, correct?
Yeah, let me do this real quick.
And you didn't watch the video.
I did not watch the video, and I'll take my own advice, slap myself in the face.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
No good.
That's how me and Nick met. Me and Nick met before your channel. We talked before your channel.
And Eric, we had a good conversation, and you said, "Leo, listen, I could tell you're a street dude. I know you know how to talk to people." And we had a good talk. That could have been Jeff. All I'm saying is Jeff completely dismissed me because where he comes from, some of our stories are like the Disney World to him. And I'm starting to get that.
Well, they also blew. Listen, these words that they're using, they blow these stories up to where it seems like it's like just an incredible thing. And also, when you first went on the show, I know how it is because when I first started going on shows, like, Christ, mine, if you go look mine up, mine would be hours because I don't shut up. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's like you feel like you're rushed. That, you know what I mean? So you weren't able to explain all details.
No way.
So what happens? Just like when me and you talked on the phone, and I was just like, remember, actually, I said, so what is this story? You know what I mean? And you said this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's it? And you're like, yeah. I was like, that's every day. You know, that's every day.
Well, Eric, the other thing is I didn't want to give you the whole story, bro. I'm not that silly.
Well, no, it's not even that. Listen, listen. See, I hate when people do that. Look, I've seen shit that will make your biggest mob boss throw up. And that's a fact.
I believe it.
And that's a fact.
I've
watched your biggest mob boss.
I'm not trying to get into a pissing contest.
No, what I'm saying, listen, it's not about that. It's not about that. What it is it's all about the misinterpretation that leads to people going at each other when it's really pointless. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's not like nobody's listen. I'm saying,
guys, let me cut this short and sweet. I will probably hate Jeff Nadu until the day I'm dead.
Fine. No, but listen, I wanted to make another point though. How
about them apples?
When you were on the show, here's the thing. When you were on the show, see, I don't remember this, but probably what happened when you were on the show and you mentioned the guy.
Don't say probably. Let's go look at the videotape.
No, calm down. Listen, look, okay. I don't know if you mentioned that, or the guy Jerry or whatever. You might not have mentioned that he was in prison at the time, and then somebody might have went and looked it up and be like, "Oh, it can't be true. He's in prison."
I knew he was in prison. I just didn't mention it.
Right now, you see my point. You understand what I'm saying? So now another person might go look that up. Oh, this guy's a liar. That guy was in prison. Not even understand. You understand?
Yeah, people in prison get messages and make phone calls every fucking day.
I know that.
You know that.
Yes, 100%.
Let me just say something. Magilla Gorilla says people from Philly don't give two fucks about people from New York, so go fuck yourself. That's why New York always controls things. That's a wonderful comment. If that's a comment to all the New Yorkers in here, myself included, everybody who's lived in New York, I don't know, bro. Maybe you shouldn't be here if you don't like New York.
We love you, Philly.
No, but that's what I'm saying is where people, you didn't have a chance to actually explain all the details of your story, like to be like, hey, this guy called from prison. You understand what I'm saying?
I can't do that yet. I'm gonna do that.
I understand. Listen, that's what I'm saying. So you weren't able to do that. You actually told me that on the phone. You were like, yeah, the guy was in prison and somebody caught, and I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. But now when these people are sitting here watching the show, if you didn't mention that the guy was in prison, they might be acting like, they might be thinking like the sit down is the guy who had to arrive, sit there with everybody and all that. You know, it's just, you know what we call it? You know what we call it in the hood? Squashing the beef. We don't call it.
Yeah, I know, but this was
That's
a
all it
little
is.
bit this was a little bit different because of who it involved. So
Right.
it wasn't just a small beef. It was, and when I talk about some of these, excuse me, some of the sit downs, like some of the people are confused. When I say we had like 6 or 7 sit downs afterwards to squash this situation, we did at a friend of mine's house because there was like 6 or 7 other families that were involved. And we had to actually have somebody run the meetings for 6 or 7 weeks. We went there once or twice a week to figure out how this whole situation was going to be resolved.
Right. Right. But do you understand?
Megilla Gorilla, hold on. I don't mean to cut you guys off. What do you mean a true South Philly guy? You know Jeff is from here, right? He lived in South Philly for a couple of years. What in the fuck are you talking about? He doesn't even claim to be from Philly, I don't think.
You guys
Go ahead,
started a
guys.
war between states.
I don't even know what this guy's talking about. He's a true
Hey, I
Philly
give
guy. What do you
I
mean?
give all props right now to Jeff and to Nick. You know why? Because even the mob dudes, they won't go at each other like that. These guys got 2 states going at it.
Hey, listen, like I said, guys, me and Jeff are going to have a problem for a while. So I don't know what else to say. Mustache Beat, I appreciate. I know you guys are friends with him, but I'm hoping we could keep our relationships a little separate. If you guys can't do that, if you guys can't do that, I perfectly understand. And everybody go their own way and do your thing. And I'll see you guys another.
You're talking crazy now, Nick. You're too angry. You're pissed off.
Everybody, nobody has to
lashing out.
jump in and take sides in anything. We're all grown
No.
men, you know?
I made a video about that. I feel like a lot of people that start to like take sides with these beefs, you kind of lose each other in that because now you're like, oh, I got to worry about what this guy thinks. I may have a problem with Jeff.
Nick,
I don't have a problem with you guys.
Do you notice one thing that them guys who do that, all them guys who want everybody to take sides and stuff, notice one thing, they're all hypocrites. And then at the end of the day, they all turn on each other. Have you ever noticed that?
And Chris,
I don't want anybody to take sides. I'd like to squash it, but go ahead, Nick.
I don't mean to cut you off, but Chris, you were saying before, or somebody was saying about Bill Jr. Oh, Bill Jr. reached out to me already 3 different times. He's all over my comments in YouTube. So I don't know if that says a little something. Bill's father knew
I talked to Bill about you, bro. I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna keep it.
I know, Chris. But then maybe you could. You're not explaining that to Jeff behind closed doors. That hey, I'm talking to reputable people about this guy, and he still doesn't fucking believe you.
Bro, let me tell you something. It wouldn't even matter. His mind is made up.
Nick, Nick,
I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna base my channel around this kid either.
Are you listening? Are you listening to what
anybody
Eric, said? Though,
I'm
Nick?
sorry, brother.
You're not listening to what anybody has said because.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Listen, FBS said that he believes you. I said that I believe you. You understand what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
I'm just saying that it just got blown out of proportion the way that it was told and stuff like that. So nobody's doing that. You know what I mean? You can't be so defensive. You know what I mean? Listen to what people are saying. And look, my thing is this, like, you can look, Mr. Rogers, James Proctor, the Walrus League going on. I can't stand them dudes. But I don't hold that against you. You know what I mean? You could go on the show all day. I wish you all the success in the world. So people don't have to choose sides, but at the end of the day, like my point of saying something was just to let people know that you were actually rushed. You didn't get to be able to tell all, certain details of your story, whereas they'll actually say the guy's in jail or anything. You know what I mean? So people go into that, and look, people are going to look things up and do all that kind of stuff because people don't have lives, and that's just a bunch of the people do that, and they want to tear people down. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. It's not like
I appreciate it, guys. You're right. I definitely I hear where you're coming from, and yeah, it probably sound a lot far-fetched. I just wish certain people would have waited a little bit, and maybe I wouldn't feel so, defensive. But I understand. I feel like Jeff kind of wait. What did Mike DeBella say, Nick? The reason your story is coming off wrong is because you were a kid. What you're not explaining that Jerry did is because your family was earning for the family, not a personal favor. It was actually, to be honest, Mike, it was actually both. And I'm sure we'll get to talking later on. We had a little bit of, you know in the beginning. We'll see if we can speak later, because I know you know a lot of stuff too, Mike.
Well, also
Mike does,
another
definitely.
thing
He was
too, Nick.
there.
Another thing too, Nick. And I
Thank
think
you,
a lot-
Mike. Thank you so much, bro. Go ahead, Eric. Sorry.
I think a lot of people would agree with me on that what I'm about to say, Nick. Is this like, besides all that story and all, that's not even like, that ain't what I watch you for. Like, I think you're an entertaining dude. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I laugh, I trip out and stuff like that.
I appreciate it, bro.
So it's like you can't just hang your hat just on, you know what I mean? You know, everybody needs to stop jumping to conclusions. And remember, there is other underlying beefs going on. Listen, them guys, Mr. Rogers and Walrus, they hate Jeff. And listen, they copy his shit, and they sit there and they do scammy things. Just like right now, the Walrus is behind everything and wants to put the old man in there. As soon as somebody says something about the old man, it's like, oh, why are they attacking the old hillbilly? Fuck that old hillbilly, like I said. Because they're doing scamming shit. You know what I mean? I see them doing shit to people who are decent. You know what I mean? Using people who are decent for their dumbass shit.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I appreciate that, Eric. Thank you a lot, man.
No problem.
I get it. Like I said, guys, I get a little bent out of shape. They want to put me on all kinds of medicine, like high blood pressure or Xanax. I refuse to take that shit. So I'm a little. I got to learn how to calm down. That's all, man.
But yeah,
that's all good, bro. I understand why you're pissed off.
You know what it is, bro, too? I want to spit the whole story out, and I can't do that. I'll shoot myself in the foot. I want to do this the right way.
The people, let me tell you something. The people who actually watch your shit and enjoy your shit and talk to you and all that kind of stuff, they don't give a fuck about that story. They like the you. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate it, man.
So I mean, you know, don't worry about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I just, like I said, with Jeff, I take it a little personal, just the way it happened in the beginning, and he's still to this day, obviously. Let him believe what he wants, and we'll see what happens in the future. But no, I hold on. I hold on to a little bit of grudges sometimes, guys. I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah,
we all do, bro. Look who you're talking to. I hold on to him as well, my friend.
Yeah.
But I just don't think like.
Well, he said I was stealing. He said I was stealing his content too. I thought I've been as original as I can be.
I don't know. I don't know about like stealing content.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he was.
No, he means about. What he means is playing his videos and shit. You know what I mean? Playing his stuff during your videos, your shorts.
Yo, I told him a long time ago. I even told him just like 2 days ago. I used to still watch him. I never said I never liked Jeff's content. I used to watch his content, to be honest. But when I seen how he played with me coming out, that just kind of turned me off, because I thought he would have took a better look at it. And maybe it is just him being, don't
listen. Let me say something, Nick. I understand your point, but also this. It was that channel and them guys. They're such hypocrites. And they blast all these other guys like, okay, for example, they'll sit there and they'll say, oh, well, this one interviewed an informant and this one did that. And they'll have Francesi on this one on, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it might have been him saying something about their chat. You know what I mean? But like I said, that's a whole another underlying thing. You know what I mean? Keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? And like I said, the actual story or whatever, it's not unbelievable. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it. Like I said,
and Magilla Gorilla, are you fucking out of your mind? You're in my chat of all people, and you're telling me where somebody's from, bro. I could probably tell you where you're from. I'm the best researcher on here, and I know Jeff personally. You are out of your fucking mind if you think he's from Philadelphia. He is not from Philly. Sorry, guys. I gotta correct.
No, that's all right. That's all right. No, I appreciate it, Eric. I appreciate the feedback, and Chris. Like I said, I know you said you believe me, and you know some other stuff from talking to people too. And like I said, when it comes out later, I would have been fine, maybe with a Jeff apology early on. Hey, dude, I kind of messed up with you. I should have took a look at it. I never got nothing like that from him, man. That could have solved everything very early if Jeff was a man and said, yo, I fucked up a little bit. I should have maybe took a step back and just looked at your story. I didn't get anything like that. I got him just bashing me to death and still, being, close-minded to anything. And that's fine. But I'm not gonna deal. Like I said, I really don't want to deal with him either. He said he don't want to deal with me. Believe me, I don't want to deal with him either. I'm just fine with that. I got no problem with moving on. I'm gonna have a lot of guys on my show. I got Russian guys coming up that I was away with in a drug rehab. These guys were on like a 27 count indictment with like 30 people. I got a bunch of stuff coming up, man, and I'm gonna keep my personality into it and throw some clips up. Definitely going to make some new shorts about Jeff. My mind is already going.
That's short. He makes a lot of them. Every time I open my phone, there's another.
The fucking shorts.
I got
some of the funniest fucking
the button
things.
or whatever where I see when people coming on.
The short. You could just do shorts and your channel's gonna blow up, bro. I gotta give it to Nick because I don't know how the fuck he came here and he knows how to do all this shit. He's already got the setup. He's good. He knows how to make the shorts. He's really fucking creative.
Guys, I've been watching. I watched some of you guys literally for a while. And in the beginning, I watched everybody. I told Jimmy Calandra, I said, Jimmy, I used to watch your show all the time, bro. I was like, all these guys I was watching, Michael, Sammy, different shows. I caught you a lot later on and other people, a bunch of different guys. When Lee was with James a while back and other channels, that guy, the guy that you said was sniffing panties. What's his name? That was the panty sniffer.
Yeah, the Trio, Danny Trio.
Yeah, that guy that you said or whatever, he got arrested and all this stuff.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. You got to remember, they actually brought guys like that as partners and acting like they were gangsters and stuff like that. So they got a history of doing certain things. So
yeah, no, I seen that, and I was like, a lot of it. Listen, guys, I finished 7th grade. I ended up getting a GED, but I'm okay with the computer, and I think I got a halfway good personality, so I just jumped in, man. I was like, screw it. I waited a long time.
You made it as a comedian, and you're a great roaster. I watch you on those roasts all the time, Gilbert.
I can't wait to Affleck. I can't wait to start doing some lives myself, bro. Can I do lives now or no?
No, you need
from a computer. You could do them. No, from a computer, you don't need anything, bro. You just got to set it up. It takes 24 hours, and then from a phone, you can't. You got to do it from
I'm almost at the 1,000. I think I'm at like 850. So if anybody hasn't subscribed, guys, please help me out a little bit on that. I'm trying to just
Yeah, I'm only like 600. Chat, get in there. Subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, everybody, subscribe to if the Mitch can't be wrong, or somebody could drop the links. Subscribe to Nick and Eric Foss. I mean, look at them. Obviously, you want this entertainment every day, don't you? I do. Thank you, your cousin Vinny. You're the man, bro. McGilla Gorilla, Jeff just came in here.
Man, I just got done eating crabs. I'm all messy and shit. All
right, bro. No
all
doubt.
right, see you guys.
Yeah, McGilla Gorilla, bro. I'm not even gonna argue with you. You're obviously trolling. Jeff just came in here and said he isn't even from Philly. Yeah, McGilla's on another planet. Stupid ass. Anyway, yeah, Nick, bro, I wish you luck, man. Jeff is my boy no matter what. I understand why he's skeptical. You know what I mean? But hopefully it gets to a point where, you heard what I said. I speak honestly that I believe you. I think he jumped the gun, but
I could
you guys can
go ahead. I'm sorry, Chris.
We don't talk about each other. No problem.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but you were making I thought he would have made some of those points also. Like the kid came on, somebody was asking me right away about jail. And I'm like, I was literally locked up for the longest, 60 days. I was like, I never did hard time. I never
That's
said
another reason I know you're not bullshitting, because you could have said you were in prison or you were in juvenile hall, something from 14 to 17. Or you could have said
listen, just a little bit for people that hadn't seen my story. I was jammed up a little bit as a kid. I started to gamble and stuff. My father was a bookie. He had a club, a social club. I used to start seeing gambling very young, 9, 10 years old. I used to walk in and out of my father's club, his social club. I started playing football, tickets here and there. And as things started to progress on, little by little, you get a loan, you get a bookie in the neighborhood, a guy that's going to give you credit, this and that. To make a long story short, my first case, after my father passed away, my dad died of cancer in 93, 3/19 of 93. So when my dad passed away, I kind of went a little crazy. And this was right after the whole story of the trouble I got in the neighborhood. And then my dad passed away not too long after that. So it was it was really difficult for me to deal with, number one. Number two is I went out, I got in a little trouble. I owed some money out. People that were some of the guys with New Springville boys, I owed out some cash. I was gambling. I went and robbed the store. I went down the street. I told my friends we were rolling dice. We're playing CeeLo. I said, I'll be right back. I'm going down the street to rob the store. There was a Subway on the corner. My friends were like, are you nuts? I lost the Knicks game. I bet on the Knicks Houston Rockets. It was in the summer of 1995. They were playing in the playoffs. Yeah. I lost that game. I owed out money. I lost all my money that night playing dice at my friend's house. So anybody that knows this situation,
I've done that many times, many
now
times.
I'm a little bent out of shape. We had a couple 40s. We're smoking a little bit of weed as kids. I said, I'm gonna go down and rob the store. I went down and robbed the store. That's in my video. It's called Subway, the Subway store robbery. So anybody that wants to check it out, I'm saying what happened was I ended up with probation and all of that stuff. I messed up on probation. They violated me. I was in Rikers for a while. The judge said, listen, I had a good lawyer. His name was Felix Gilroy at the time. Later on, I used Joseph Benefonte in the city to finally handle my case. So 12 years later, I ended up on the run from this original case. So what happens was I violate probation. I go to Rikers for it was literally like 60 days. And for me, it was the worst, bro. I'm not a big kid. I got into some fights. I seen a lot of shit within 60 days. This was in 1995. There were gangs everywhere. There was Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, 5%ers to 2%ers, Muslims. People were getting cut over a cigarette. You ask a guy for a cigarette and they turn around and cut you, 180 stitches because you told them you don't have a cigarette for them. So, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't in and out of jail. They were going to put me into Spoffit.
My brother was in there.
Yeah, they were going to put me in Spoffit, and then they offered me some place upstate. And that's where my friend Arthur comes in, with the guy that I'm doing the interview with. He was up there away with me. But it was like a shock program type thing, like that military type shit. They wake you up 5 a.m. You got to roll your socks, your bed, go to the groups, all this shit. But to make a long story short, I was up there, screwed up when I came home because I was still young. And then my probation officer says, listen to me. He said, the judge mandated you to this program. He said, if you don't finish the program, it's your original sentence comes back, whatever it was, 2 to 4 or 1.5 to 3. It was armed robbery. I was in Supreme Court, but I was a kid. So I had a youthful offender status also. My lawyer made sure I got that stamped. So for the common sense guys and the lawyers, all the Monday lawyers we got, they'll know about this stuff. But when I got home, I messed up again. And he said, we got to send you back to another place or the judge is going to end up remanding you. And so they sent me to another place. So now I go to a different place. I ended up literally on paper on probation for 10 years. I had probation in New York. I went to Florida. I ended up with a case in Florida while I still had a warrant out up in New York. They never extradited me. They never even arrested me on the warrant. The way I got caught was later on. They sent a letter to my house when I bought a condo. I homesteaded my condo. So they found me fishing. They sent out a letter. Dear Nicholas Romano, it has come to our attention that you're living at such and such address. You got to come up and turn yourself in before further action is taken. I posted the letter. All my paperwork is in my community page. That's why I keep saying if somebody starts to look at what I'm saying, and I literally have a lot of pictures to prove some of my story, who my family is. My legal papers are up there from 30 years ago. And Jeff's getting his information off of Fruit Loops. So,
well, no, Jeff knows what he's doing. But listen, I will say this, one thing you got to get used to, and I know this firsthand better than any fucking buddy in the history of Mob 2, You don't have to explain yourself, bro, because most people believe you anyway. And the people who don't, it doesn't matter if you could take them back in time in a fucking time machine and show them, they still will refuse to
You're right,
believe
but you know where I'm coming from. If you feel like, again, it goes back to the street. It goes back to somebody questioning you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hear all these guys. I hear all these guys talking about, and not to bring it up or to, but suck my this or suck my that. For the guys that are saying that also, guys, it's not really a gay reference. That just meant that you were a girl, and that's what I would do to you. That's all that means. But when a guy says, listen, I'll bend you over and bang you in the ass, that just means that you're my son, period. That's all that means. It's not you're gay and all of that. So I hear people, because I've used that term before, and I told somebody, I'll fuck you in your ass. That's not good, but that's where we come from.
I said that recently too, but it was about somebody's wife.
Yeah, well, that's no good either. You know that.
Well, in this case, I had no choice.
Oh, okay. But no, listen, I try to do the right thing. I try to do the right thing even with the Joey Molino situation and those guys. And I know that some of the Philly guys or all of that, they hate you or they hate me. I don't give a shit about none of that. That guy went on there. You know, my mother's 83 years old. Picture this. I'll tell you a little story, and then you see if you think I'm going to ever let up, ever, in this whole situation.
Well, before you do that, did you see Mike DeBella's comment here? Nick, squash it with Jeff and move on. Jeff is better to have as a friend than an enemy. Thank you, Mike, for yet another donation.
Mike, I told you, me and Mike will probably get to talk later on, but that's probably not going to happen, Mike. I appreciate the tip, but not going to happen, my brother. Let me finish what I was saying. My mother's 80.
Yeah, go ahead.
My mother's 83 years old. She's getting a little bit of dementia early and stuff like that. And she only knows very bits and pieces. Like her friend called the other day and said something about seeing me on YouTube being a crackhead and people calling me a lowlife, liar. And for me to be able to explain that to my mother doesn't know what an email is. So, and she's never driven a car in her life. My mother's an old school Italian woman. And it's hard for me to explain that now, like what I'm doing on here, and that's part of the game. So she's very upset that her friends heard that. And that specifically came from Jose Molino over there, the jockey, the little jockey, and Little Muff. So when she heard that from her friend about them, I don't know how her friend seen that video on YouTube, but they did, and they mentioned it to my mother. So I'm trying to explain to my mother that's 83, that's getting a little bit of Alzheimer's, that this is a little bit more than that. So I have a problem with a couple of people, the way that they've treated me, and I'm gonna just go back the same way. That's all. I'm gonna be treated. I'm gonna treat everybody the way they treat me. There's no other way around.
I agree with you on that. I
You
do
want
the
to
same
come?
thing.
You want to come on and call me a crackhead and a lowlife or a drug addict or this? I'm gonna go right back at you. Only about 150 times fold. Like when you go to a bar.
What if it gets to the point? What if some time passes and Jeff hasn't said anything about you?
You know, I don't have anything to say to Jeff ever. So everybody, Mike DeBella could put up $5,000. I wouldn't talk to Jeff tonight.
Well, thank you, Mike, for another 10.
How about that? He could put up 10,000.
No, I'm not talking about you talking to him. I'm just saying,
anybody could
you
write
stop going after him.
Yeah, no. I'm going to play with him. That's what I'm going to do. People fuck with me. I'm going to play with them. There's no stopping. I'll stop when I feel like it. That's how that goes.
I can't say I don't understand. I do it.
That doesn't go, oh, wait a minute. Let me blow the whistle. Time out. You're starting to win or stay away from me. No, it doesn't go that way. Sorry, guys. Not with me.
No, I hear you. That's not what I'm saying, bro. I don't expect you to back down or stop. I'm just saying.
No. I don't want to be his friend. I don't want to do content with him. And I think he's a jerk off.
Yeah, but that's not even. Yeah, that's not in the cards.
Well, why would I want to be bothered with a guy like that, Chris? Explain that to me.
You wouldn't.
If I don't like the kid.
Nick, all I was saying is, hopefully someday it'll get to the. Nick, you there? All I was
I'm here.
All I was saying is hopefully it gets to the point one day where you guys can just not talk about each other and ignore each other. That's
No,
all.
I'm not going to do that ever. I'm just going to keep going. If it maybe in a year or so, we'll see how I feel by like next year. What are we in right now? We're in June.
Hello, my beautiful wife. I love you. Go ahead,
Maybe
bro.
next June. Maybe next June. Next summer. I'll see how I feel.
All right. Well, listen, that means there is an end in sight, possibly.
Yeah, never say never, but not soon. I'll tell you that. Listen, Chris. I appreciate you letting me jump on, bro. I'm gonna get back to doing some stuff myself, and I'll speak with you soon, brother.
Sounds good, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for letting me jump on, guys. Everybody, please subscribe. Help me out a little bit if you can.
Yeah, help them out, guys. All right. Who's the content creator he put a head out on? Carmine asked, but most likely me. 10 years probation, only 60 days in jail, amongst other crimes. Call me skeptical. I don't know, man. Fight to the death, Nick. Look at this guy. Mike DeBella, $10. I'm just trying to give you some good advice, Nick. It wasn't saying back down from anyone. No, I know. I know exactly what you meant, Mike. And Mike, bro, again, thank you so much. I got to count up. You probably gave me $200 on this show so far. You're the man, bro. And everyone else. You guys are great. I got to shout out Bobby Barbarian sent $10. Thank you. Steve Blair, I think I shouted that out earlier. Thanks again, Steve. And my man, Stephen Cordell, $25 says, I haven't been able to catch a live match. Thank you, Stephen Cordell. Yes, I missed you, bro. I'm glad to have you back. Stephen Cordell is one of the biggest sponsors of this show. So when he says match, you must match. Thanks again, brother. All right, man. Nick was a nobody in the streets. Well, what do you know, Truth Serum? How can you say that? That's the thing, guys. I know it probably seems to Jeff like I was going against him, and it seems to Nick like I was, defending Jeff. Listen, I like Nick. I know Jeff. I'm friends with Jeff. We've hung out, on several occasions, stuff like that. I know Jeff deep down inside is a good guy. I know he knows his mob history. He definitely does his research, and he's very accurate on most shit. Okay. He jumps the gun when it comes to people coming on here telling stories because we've had a ton of fucking frauds come along. I think he's wrong in this case. And I'll say that till the day I fucking die, unless I'm proven wrong. Okay. And it turns out Nick is some sort of fraud. But I don't want to see them bashing each other. I don't like it, just as somebody who is friends with Jeff and thinks Nick is a good guy, and I'm becoming friendly with him, and I want to help him with his channel. That's all. That's it. So I'm just trying to be fair with both sides. But I understand, Nick. This is the problem, is what I was trying to tell Jeff. If you fuck with somebody, they might come after you for the rest of your fucking life. I've had it done to me, and not for the rest of my life, but you get my point. For long periods of time, and I do it to people. There's certain people I will hate till the end of fucking time, and I'll probably always talk about them at least on and off until I'm fucking dead. So. But listen, I thank Mustache Pete and Jeff and Nick and Eric for coming on. I like Eric too. He's a good guy. Another one, I'd like to help him with his channel. So please subscribe to him and Nick. Eric has an unbelievable fucking story. Guy spent, I think, over 20 years in prison, was a pretty big fucking Baltimore drug dealer, has been in prison with Mark Ryder and all types of fucking people. Norman DuPont, he's got a lot of stories. So I don't see why not. You should subscribe to him. Carmine S., I haven't seen you in a long, long time. I hope all is well. Anastasia, don't even know this guy, Shug guy, but Chris had me in tears. Oh, the stand-up guy, dude? Yeah. What did I just get? Oh, Eric? Yeah. I'll hook Eric up. Yeah. And Nick. Jeff Nadu is a snob. I don't think he's a snob. I know some people, don't like the way he comes off with people and shit. I know. But they don't like the way I act as well. There's always going to be somebody who has a fucking problem with you, no matter who you are. And for someone to say something like that, it doesn't offend me. I'm close to 50 years old and look at my appearance. LOL, I could pull women if I did live in a park. A lot of guys hate that. I hear you, bro. It's entertaining as shit, though. It is. Sorry, I had to skip a bunch of comments. I was behind again. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any donations. Your cousin Vinny. I'll read the ones I didn't get to read out loud. Chicago Muscle is Daytona on New York pizza. This is a high crime, in my opinion. I don't know what Daytona. Did you use the wrong word? Maybe we should vote to suspend him until he admits New York pizza rules. Well, you'd be right about that. Al Anastasia, member for 18 months. Chris, I'm a member for 18 months. 18 months, pretty much spent all that time in jail or on remand. And I know, and you've kept your membership. You're the man, brother. And of course, I saw another comment. Oh, maybe it was the one about, yeah, loyalty and shit. Yeah, bro. Why don't you have a wrench anymore? Do you not have a wrench? What the fuck? I'm just looking at that now. There's no reason I would ever take your fucking wrench. What the fuck? Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I got to do a few things here. He doesn't have a wrench. What the fuck? Maybe we had a situation and I had to take some because of rogues or something. I don't know. Bob, but it's never as good as New York. It's just something you can't say. It's the water, it's everything. The bread, the pizza in New York, it's unbeatable. Where's this guy now? Baby A was timed out by war? What happened? What did Baby A do? Nick Romano, Eric, put chats in the comment, please. I mean, what? Put comments in the chat. There you go. It was an accident, what? Oh, that he timed out Baby A? Okay, I was going to say. All right. So I think I read everything. Let's go check. This is fun, yeah. War straightened it out. All right, a lot of shit coming in here. I screwed up, FBS. No problem, bro. It happens. I've accidentally blocked people myself. No. You're good, bro. Don't worry about it. Calling out bullshit. Great show, FBS. Gonna head out. Gonna make some dinner here. God bless. Have a good night, everybody. Hopefully I can catch another live here soon. Sounds good, bro. Have a good night. Have a good dinner. Haven't heard anything. I'd say it's all FBS's fault. He's the bad guy. Oh, there's no question. There's no question. I'm glad D. Gainey came in here finally to, speak logically. Yeah, it's of course my fault. What am I talking shit about, Chicago? What'd I say? Are we talking about the pizza and shit? Come on, man. It's a ridiculous conversation. New York pizza is New York pizza. It can't be beat. It just can't. It's impossible. I saw a clip of FBS saying how 69-year-old man ass would smell. I was pissing myself. Did I say something like that? You sure that was me? The fuck? Saying how 69-year-old's ass would smell. I have a bad memory. Maybe I did, but that's a very strange thing. I hope it's not. Who knows? I don't know. Did I say that, Miss Can't Be Wrong? I don't know. Stop with the New York pizza shit. Yeah, I saw it. That's the comment I responded to when I was reading it. Okay. You're sure it's good elsewhere. I got great pizza places in this fucking horrible fucking area, but you just can't compare it to New York pizza. Can't. And if you haven't been to New York, I'm not saying you haven't, Bob, but anybody who hasn't been to New York to have New York pizza, you can't possibly even have the conversation. He hasn't been here in a while, bro. You may have taken it. Yeah, but I don't know why I would take his. He's always been, I don't know. I go through sometimes and I remove them. It's nothing personal. It's just if I don't see anybody in a while. But Al, you'll always have a wrench here, bro. Timothy Sullivan, Chris, your recovery show was stellar the other day. This one is fire, though. Thank you, Nick and Jeff. Thank you for the comment on the recovery show. I believe that's the best addiction recovery show I ever did. And it was with the help of a lot of people. And if you haven't seen it, even if you're not into addiction and recovery, I think you'll enjoy that show. You should definitely check it out. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see. Chicago muscle, nothing beats New York. The garbage aroma is mixed into it. There's that too. Chicago pizza is the very best with extra gravy. Well, have you been to New York and had New York pizza? And where have you had it at? That's the question. The extra gravy. Oh, gravy. It's always FPS's fault. It's always my fault. Drop the link for Truth Serum. Who is the Truth Serum or just Truth Serum? There's the link. Want to know some truth? I never had New York City pizza. See, Chicago? I just like busting balls. I know, bro. I figured. I'm like, did Chicago ever talk about being in New York? Wait a minute. That's funny shit. Brooklyn pizza is the best. I agree, Carmine. Well, I don't know though. Rosa's, bro. Rosa's Sicilian to me. I haven't had it since I was a kid, but oh my fucking God. Wow. There was a place called the Pizza Plate on 86th Street. I loved eating that. There was a place called Hotline Pizza under the L on 86th. L&B Spumoni Gardens. That's, of course. I'd have to think about other places, but that addiction recovery show saved me. Bro, I will never forget you saying that. That means the world to me, bro. And I'm glad. I won't say the expression thank God, because people take it literally like I actually believe in them. But I'm very happy that you were able to see that show and not go out and score and that you're here with us today. I know it was just a few days ago, but you never know what could have happened. And at the worst, the worst case scenarios, you could have, what were you, 5 days in at that point into detoxing yourself? So it could have ruined everything. So that means a lot to me, man. That's what I do those shows for. Nick, I watched you from the start. I knew you were truthful. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, I agree. Philly has cheesesteak. New York has pizza. We have the best seafood and crabs. LOL. Just ate 2 dozen in the public park. Yeah, definitely, bro. You're in Baltimore. But a lot of people don't think Philly cheesesteaks are good, which I think is crazy. But a lot of people, they feel the same way. Like, I know people from here, they love cheesesteaks here. They go to Philly and they say it's no good. It's like, that's a real Philly cheesesteak, though, bro. 86th Street, LMB. Yes, sir. I just had pizza and Tulum would give New York a run for its money. Is that right, bro? Well, Mike would know. Mike can definitely speak on that. Yes, LMB Square. Oh, my God. We just had it a couple of years ago. Still banging with the sweet sauce. Sicilian thick square at LMB. Give me a corner. Yeah, corner piece. Absolutely. God damn, now I want to have fucking pizza. It ain't going to be New York pizza, but I'm getting fucking pizza tonight. Fuck my diet. My pizza is better than Italy. I stayed Calabria, Italy for 5 straight summers. Is that right? I wish you could ship me one right now. I never been to Junior's cheesecake. I will, Ferris 28. I will. Robert B. Yeah, I can't either. It's absurd. Al Capone got his scar in the street I grew up on. Is that right, bro? That's what's up. If Nick was going to lie, he damn sure could have pumped himself up quite a bit more. That's the thing. That's the thing. The guy has never made himself out to be even an associate. That's why I say when I say the laws of probability, you got to say to yourself, okay, if this guy was lying and he was lying about the mob, is it probable? Is it likely that he would make up basically a nothing story, like Wouldn't he make himself out to be bigger? What he talked about is sit down. That's the only part that's, I think Nick will agree with me, super impressive. I mean, even Nick says it. Other than that, he was a neighborhood kid who knew guys. You know what I mean? Nick, do you agree? I think the probability is that fucking he would have made himself out, to be a much bigger deal, and he would have said he did all kinds of time and every fucking thing else. That's just the way I see it. So, I don't know. I just don't spot bullshit there. I don't, because bullshitters bullshit. You know what I mean? They don't just. I agree. There you go. They don't just no. That's what I've said about a lot of people on here. Even if you want to bullshit, just make up a decent story. Don't go fucking haywire, because then we're gonna find you out. But they can't. Bullshitters will always go so fucking far that you got to be a fucking moron to believe it. And I just don't see it with Nick. I don't. I mean, he's got a story, don't get me wrong. And he could probably do videos for fucking years on it. But he didn't make himself out to be an associate or a proposed, a guy who was proposed to become a member or any fucking thing. He just was a neighborhood kid who knew guys, and he was a little crazy. He did some shit, got himself in trouble. So that's all. I'm the first person to call it a fraud. Nick would not be in this chat, and I would be doing shows about him every day if I believed he was a fraud. I also crown myself the greatest bullshit detector in the history of MobTube, so my opinion should count greatly. I came on here and literally said I did 60 days in jail. People have done that sleeping. Yeah, it's not, he could have said anything, and there's no way we could have proved it because it was a juvenile record. It's destroyed. You know what I mean? He could have said anything. Why didn't he? Why did he just say 60 days in jail? He even said they wanted to send him to Spofford. Why didn't he say he was in Spofford? You know what I mean? When people bullshit, they really bullshit. Do I like how Nick talks about Jeff? No, but I can say that story is true 100, and I say because I say it because I know his friends. There you go. So now you'd have to think Mike is a bullshitter too. And no, I don't like Nick talking about Jeff either, but I am also somebody who holds people accountable. I understand that he wouldn't be doing it if Jeff never called him out. I think, unless you guys did the thing where Nick called out Jeff for the chin thing, did that happen before Jeff called him out or after? Because we've gotten to know Jeff. You got to understand, Nick, all your experience with him has been negative. But if you got to know Jeff, you'd probably like him too. Now, I know there's no chance of that in the future, but look, Mike and Jeff had a little thing, I think, in the beginning of Mike. When Mike started coming on my show, and he was completely new to MobTube, he had never been on anybody's show, Jeff immediately called him out as a bullshitter. And he pissed me off because he did a fucking show where he said, he was talking about content creators who bring on these frauds, and he said Mike DeBella. Now, I'm the only content creator who had brought Mike DeBella on. So you know what I mean? Like, he does shit like this, bro, but he's not a bad guy deep down inside. He's not. No, Jeff called me out very much in the beginning, like within 2 weeks of me starting my channel. Okay. It's my humble opinion. Jeff puts a lot of work into his shows. You have to respect that. Nick just saying squash the beef. Yeah, Jeff works his ass off on his content. He doesn't just do content on here. He does it on TikTok. He's got his podcast. So, yes, sir, War. Now he's my mortal enemy till death. All right, bro. Well, listen. It is what it is. I can't talk you out of it. I tried. So, but not even really, because I would never let you talk me out of going after anybody I have a fucking problem. Solano was shot approximately. Jeff What the fuck does he know about the boroughs if he can't Google it? Well, I wouldn't say all that. And actually, he was born long after Castellano was shot. I'm not sure if you know his age. It's all good, Mustache Pete. I appreciate you coming on. It's been probably, I don't know, a year or so. Can never go wrong with a pie for dinner. No. Death. Now we are talking. All right, guys, listen, that's it for me, man. 2.5 hours. Thank you again, Mustache Pete, Jeff Nadu, Nick, Eric. Thank you, guys. It was a great show. I was going to take it down at first, but it's staying up. Everybody who donated, you guys are fucking amazing today. Thank you so fucking much. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. All good. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love you all. And until next time, salute.